That's right. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Ladies. I got some guys in there, too. Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
She's at the Silac Insurance news desk with her Paul Lynde scarf on.
That's right.
Very nice.
Thank you.
It's a good color on you, Christy.
Periwinkle blue.
Really?
Have you seen the video of Liberace singing Feeling Groovy with the young kids?
That is
He was trying to lower his demo, I think.
Ooh,
You really owe it to yourself to take a look at that.
we got to find that.
And he, even in the lyrics, Liberace says, feeling groovy.
Wow.
There's Pat Godwin. Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. I'm Chick, and hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee. Hope you had a great weekend. I know I did.
Getting all snugged in over here.
Well, good. Good. Big week for us. We have a lot happening. Very excited about it.
Yeah.
We have a special show coming up tomorrow. Special guest today, singer-songwriter, recently featured on The Masked Singer. Edwin McCain will be our guest. Also, Greg Warren, Greg's new special is out.
Champ.
It's called The Champ, yes, and it's on Nate Bargatze's YouTube network, and it's great. I give it a double thumbs up. If I had 3 thumbs, I'd put 1 up there, too.
Just go to YouTube and type in Nateland, and there you are. Boom.
Yeah.
Nateland. Okay, yeah, it's great. So, but we'll be talking to Greg. He'll, I'm sure, go deep into a topic. We have, as I said, many things to get to. Special edition of the show tomorrow and Friday. And Friday's show is going to be celebrating action out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, getting ready for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, a big weekend at the track with a rookie on the pole.
That hasn't happened since 1983 with Teo Fabi.
Teo Fabi, of course, that's the sound a flat tire makes. Teo Fabi, Teo Fabi, Teo Fabi. From Italy.
Sure? That sounds like a rod thrown.
No, Teo Fabi, Teo Fabi. That's a flat tire. You've ever had a flat tire? Teo Fabi, Teo Fabi. But yeah,
a while, but
crazy stuff going on out there. So we'll look forward to that. That'll be fun. We had the Preakness over the weekend. And, hey, finally a good day for journalism in this country. Anyone?
There it is.
Hey, now. Hey.
Okay. All right.
That's Tom.
A special greeting right now.
Hello.
What do they call? Closed circuit.
To
A guy sitting with his wife in the doctor's office right now.
With his wife in the doctor's office.
At the gynecologist.
Well, it's a guy.
I hope it tightens up.
Well, Jason, in Magnolia, Texas, if your surgery is being done today by a gynecologist, wow.
Yeah, but I think in a pinch, a gynecologist could help a guy out.
I think absolutely gynecologists are some of the greatest physicians in the world.
Other than
this, judging by the nature of the surgery that he's having, I doubt it's going to be.
Holy hell, what's all these extra parts, he'll say. I'm sure.
Once again, Jason and Clarissa in Magnolia, Texas, in the waiting room.
How do you spell Clarissa? Is that T silent?
Clarissa, I know that you thought you were doing your husband a nice thing by
CLIT.
cheering him up today by writing a letter, and now Chick is suggesting you have the same name as a very nerve-filled mommy part.
Very nerve-filled.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
doesn't it?
Isn't that correct, Josh?
That sounds,
a lot of nerves there.
That's on brand. That sounds like your dirty talk. You want me to touch your nerve-filled
body part?
I'm arid as anything down
Yes. Would you like me to speak a little Latin? I call this the Latin yodel. Interesting that so many of those words are Latin, don't you think?
Yeah.
Except for anus.
I don't see you spending any time.
You'd be surprised.
I spent Saturday night hosting an event. For,
Hang on a second.
Not in the anus. I know where you were going, but it does tie in.
Really?
Anus ties in?
Yes, because I hosted a fundraiser with Scott Pollard, who's a wonderful NBA basketball player, ex-NBA basketball player, and it had to do with colonoscopies and, check it for Andrade and, but there were a lot of jokes flying around up on stage with doctors, and I was stunned. They have a really funny, healthy attitude about it. It's But you would have loved it, Tom.
Yeah, I was at an event the other night, and in the middle of this conversation, someone was,
So glad I don't have your life.
It was amazing.
Well, I had my colonoscopy on Friday. I guess it's good that people are talking about it.
Of course it is, and it's a very important
And then
topic.
I was just sort of a witness. Then one of the other ladies, it was like 4 women and me. It's a long story why that. In any event, then the other one goes, yeah, I just did my Cologuard.
See?
Then she goes, Pat Godwin has that funny song about Cologuard.
Oh.
But think about it. 10 years ago, we wouldn't have been having this conversation, so it's a good thing.
Did you hear what just happened to Tom while he was on the air here? It was a long story. Nobody asked.
No, it was just complicated.
No, nobody asked. We don't want to know.
So I'm not sure. At one point, someone said something about
It's a great story.
about how men were pretty much didn't care what the receptacle was, if you will, and one of them said something like, "Yeah, they probably just put it a hole in the wall." And I said, "You mean a glory hole?" And none of them had ever heard of it.
Where were you telling people about a glory hole?
And then they said, "You're making that up." And this is the beauty of the smartphone.
Wow.
I was able to Google it, and oh my God, that's a real thing.
You Googled glory hole.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You can get a lot of information on it.
Now they know though that there's somebody else on the other side of that hole. It wasn't because they were saying you would just hump a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they were.
understood this
Yes. And I didn't.
I kind of know what event you were at. Is that the event you were telling people, hey, look at this glory hole?
No, that was a different one.
Okay. Thank God for that.
That was a different one.
I'm so glad I had no events. Aren't you?
I could invite you. They ask a lot.
My answer's no.
No, this was an event.
My event
I usually
was,
say that for you.
I'll get the ball for you, girls. Hang on a second. That was my event.
This was an event. It's kind of complicated. Attended by
Yes, of course, the president and the former governors.
attended by like 12 female hairdressers.
Huh.
Is that right?
Yes, and it was at a beautiful new restaurant, but there's no carpeting or anything, so it was incredibly loud. I recorded it for my car alarm.
Did you have the keynote at this hairdresser's?
No, I was just there.
You and a bunch of hairdressers?
Well, there was. It's a long story.
I want to hear it.
I was at least raising money for something.
Well, we have a lot to get
It's
to. As I
odd that
mentioned.
you would be at having no hair. You would be at a
The hairdresser
hairdresser.
convention.
Oh, my haircut lady was there.
Really, really odd.
Yeah. I have some.
Your
Obviously.
sideburns. Your sideburns are rocking, brother.
Thank you very much.
yes, sir.
That's all that's left. Coming up, we'll discuss our various adventures. Did I mention Edwin McCain coming in today? Greg Warren, we'll talk with Greg.
Yay.
Got some great letters here. And if you want to reach us, it's Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. I need to Java myself up today. What I mean, of course, is the Java House is the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show and the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. I actually think I need to get a little bit of hydration. And they've got some great hydration drinks. What is Java House? Well, it's the revolution in coffee at the office, coffee at home, coffee when you travel. Here's one right here. It looks kind of like a Keurig cup. It's a hair bigger, but you don't have to put it in any machine.
Hold it up for the camera.
It's concentrated. This one is, once again, this is the Colombian cold brew. And I learned that cold brew doesn't mean you drink it cold.
No.
You can.
You can drink it hot or cold. That's the way it's brewed. It takes the bitterness out of it. Ergo, the slogan, amazingly smooth at Java House. And find out all about it by going to javahouse.com. Use the code words Bob and Tom, and you can find yourself knocking 25% off your first online order. So see what it's all about. Hot or cold water, you just peel it and pour it. And like I said, it's not just coffee. They've got a bunch of great teas and decaf, and I mentioned those hydration drinks. It's all out there, and it's a revolution in your morning or your afternoon routine. See what I'm talking about? Once again, visit javahouse.com. Special thanks to Office H2O. They provided a really cool water system for us. We're getting rid of all those giant bottles of water we had to lug around. Press the button and get nice filtered water, both hot or cold, even fizzy. So it's awesome. Now check it out. Once again, thanks to Java House. And they're going to be a special sponsor of a special event coming up on this show. And look for the Java House car in the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Java House, the official coffee. Java House, the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. Don't forget those energy drinks. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Every once in a while, not constantly, Josh will enjoy a Java House cocoa.
Yeah, that's one of your refreshments. You like the refreshments, don't you?
Love that.
Sorry, I have a slight cut on my tongue.
I know, sure you do.
Today's
weekend, huh?
One of those hairdressers, yeah.
Well, maybe I was totally wrong about it. Maybe you are the captain of cunnilingus. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
Boy, there's a commercial you're not going to have him steal. Oh, sure. Captain Obvious was stolen from this show by a certain insurance company, but they're not going to steal the new captain you just recommended. Well, that'd be quite the commercial. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
We're going to stick around. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Asking for the Ace Cosby joke of the day, a dear gentleman and Christy Lee, writes Casey, can we get an extra joke of the day from Ace?
No, is the answer.
He says to cheer up Chick after the Commanders lost to the Cowboys.
Oh, I see.
Is that what's happening?
Is that what's called ironic?
This guy's a Weisenheimer.
Yeah.
It's Casey from Boise, Idaho.
Love Boise.
Jackass.
Let's get at least one out right now.
Pronounce Boise. Anybody there will tell us.
Boise.
Completely wrong.
Reason.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. This is.
How do you like that, Ace?
How do you like that, Ace? He said, pretending to have done it on purpose.
All right, who's been messing with my machine?
Yep, I know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I tell you one
How do you
thing.
like that, Ace?
It ain't your fault, pal. I know that. Okay, 2 for 2.
No,
Who's that guy with the sexy voice? Ace Cosby, go.
Thank you.
Hey, Chick. Yes, Ace.
When are turkeys the most grateful?
When are turkeys the most grateful? I don't know, Ace. When?
The day after Thanksgiving.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Brought to you by Omaha Steaks.
Utterly lacking in humor.
Save 50%.
No, see, the idea is that they live through it, you see.
Yeah.
If they're
Survivors, you know?
No.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to pass out. That was so unfunny.
Omaha Steaks, where you can save 50% off during the Omaha Steaks Cyber Sale. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code BTS for an extra $30 off. Minimum purchase may apply. That's Omaha Steaks.
So,
Hey, Chick.
we're getting two in a row.
wait. Okay,
Wait a minute, we got no intro.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to sing
totally
it.
lost.
Okay,
Maybe this one will be a joke.
here we go. Who's that sexy man with
Wait
the
a
deep
minute.
voice?
Stop. What the hell is going on?
It was hilariously wrong.
You have to explain it to me.
Who's that
It's wrong, and you
sexy
keep
man?
doing it wrong.
We don't have the original intro.
Can you put it on mine, Jason?
Okay, I can do it. Why don't we just all sing it together?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, you want to do a spoken word thing? Kind of.
No, we're going to sing.
Who's that?
Ready?
Okay, ready? Here it comes. Because yeah, 1, 2. Who's no?
You're already going to play the music?
Sorry.
We have a bed.
I was waiting. I wanted you guys. Stop it. Ready?
No,
Here it comes.
start right when the music starts.
Sexy man with the deep voice.
Ace Cosby.
Yeah, that throws me.
Who's that?
Okay. Son of a gun.
She's been sitting on it the whole time.
It only took a half hour.
His joke of the day.
Hey, chick.
Yes, Ace. What?
What did the turkey say to the computer?
What did the turkey say to the computer? I don't know what.
Google, 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 Google.
That was Ace Cosby's joke.
Google.
Google.
As opposed to gobble, gobble.
It's a
I mean, 2 whiffs.
Well, we might as well go for the third.
We gotta have another.
If you do a third, I will eat this coffee mug, hoping the shards destroy my ear.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
Yes, Ace.
Hey, chick. What did the space turkey? What
I like space turkey.
I like that too. I like that's got a good start.
What would a space turkey sound like?
Gotta be good.
What did the space
What did-
turkey sound like?
Hubble, hubble, hubble.
oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's better than Google.
Yeah, there's the joke. Yeah, those are in tandem. They're excellent.
Boy, that seems like that took a really long
It
time.
did, but that's okay.
It was like smoking. It took 5 years off of our lives.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Top Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. There's Christy Lee. There's Pat Godwin. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Ace Cosby is here. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hello, Chick McGee. It's great to be here. Once again, we'll get to some letters here. I just wanted to make a statement about a cultural event that I think many of us experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went to a graduation over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
how nice.
Yeah. Did you love this music? Always fun. I'd like to.
What was the circumstance for such pomp?
One of my girls graduating from high school.
Oh,
2 to go.
Way far down the way.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of math on this.
Maybe you'll be there. Maybe you won't.
I may be there in spirit, but I've got a suggestion for you, ladies and gentlemen. Every graduation, they say the same thing before the students come up to get their diplomas. Please hold your applause.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it.
Nope.
It's not going to happen. Stop saying that. Just say nothing or say, hey, if your kid comes out, you want to scream, go ahead.
Right.
Because
They're going to do it.
3 or 4 in, I'm not going to make any suggestions about any cultural.
you just did.
Oh, you just did.
Yeah, you just
Why?
got it.
Because
You
I'm
just
right.
did.
You know it.
Well, I'm with you.
I think it's fine for everybody.
Exactly.
But this
Being proud, exuberant.
this posture that don't applaud, and then they all start applauding. It's fine. Scream, shout, have fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
a big deal.
It was. Yeah, it is a big deal. It was cool. It was fun. I witnessed a near fist fight.
Oh no!
What?
Among students or families?
No,
That sounds about right.
I'm not. I am not overstating this. A guy that kept it was really a weird situation. This guy was like 2 rows in front of us to the left, and he kept screaming and shouting and standing up and pumping his fist. And there was this older dude in back of him, and he wanted to take a picture of his, I'm guessing, granddaughter graduating, and he said to the guy, "Sit down." And the guy turns around, starts shaking his fist, and starts to climb over the seat. It's like,
What the hell?
Yeah, hey, calm down.
That's right.
It was very odd.
Hey, when it goes down on the street, I'm not gonna stop till it's over, baby.
That guy was continuously standing up
Yeah,
and
how
pumping
many
his fist.
students
and-
did
Yes.
he have?
What? Now he's why they say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gets weirder. I can't really tell you the rest of it.
Oh,
How
boy.
odd.
Yeah, here we go.
What do they say in 40-year-old version? My blade can't be put back in its sheath until it tastes blood.
Man, I love that guy.
Oh, that
This
guy's
guy
wonderful.
this crazy guy he was taking selfies and shipping them off to somewhere overseas.
How do you know that?
Because it was not in English, and it was a keyboard that it was all these symbols. And,
I think we've accidentally, as we often have, stumbled on a new feature of our show, Tom Griswold, Private Eye. Is that what you came up with?
Snoopy.
Captain Sleuth.
I have never seen a human being's fingers work so fast.
Tonight on Paranoid Xenophobia.
Is that an Asian man? More coming up.
He was shipping things overseas.
But who takes a picture of themselves?
He was sitting there with a big box and the tape gun.
Who takes
I gotta get these shipped.
He's taking a selfie just of his own face at a graduation, not of anything in the background.
Weird.
It was so odd.
And he didn't look like me.
Well, there's more I won't.
He was in a uniform, right?
He was, yes. Yeah. I'm totally.
He's in uniform.
Yeah, I don't want to go into it.
Well, I'm glad you didn't go in.
It might have been VC. I don't know. Maybe it was an Arvin. I don't know.
Was he wearing black pajamas?
He did.
He said VC.
I'm totally serious. And the person next to him had one of those triangle hats.
Triangle hat. Cap and Crunch?
What graduation were you at?
It was very international.
He wasn't screaming anything about Mao, was he? Okay.
We do have Pol Pot in the news today. Funny funny enough. Oddly enough, I should say.
Only you.
Yeah.
Did you know Genghis Khan was responsible for so many deaths that the levels of carbon dioxide went down on Earth?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know how they measured it.
I was saying, how do they know that?
I don't know.
Is it from the trees? Do they cut the trees and measure the rings?
But historians / scientists claim that is true.
Maybe an ice core sample or something, right?
Could be.
Whoa.
Well,
That's quite a record. That won't get
time to get back to our letters. Once again, special greetings to Jason and Clarissa in Magnolia, Texas.
You got this, Jason.
Yeah, you're going to be great, Jason. And I'm sorry that Chick McGee may have said things about Clarissa's name. That
T is silent. That's all.
Okay. That would be Clarita.
No, Clarissa.
Okay.
If somebody came up to you and said, "Oh, hi, Tom. I'm a big fan. My name is Clarita. Would you be able to keep it together?"
No way.
Or my name is Shiitake. Would you be able to just not stop?
I almost did. I was checking out at a now defunct grocery store a few years ago, and there was a woman whose name was, I'll just say, it might have been pronounced Shaitina. And it was everything I could do not to take a photograph. And I mentioned this on the air one day, and a guy came up to me the other day and goes, "I've seen her." And he knew the exact grocery store.
By the way, Tom, just on this topic, over the weekend, the Pirates and the Phillies got together, and they played some Major League Baseball. And we have a picture that a listener sent in just for you from the broadcast of the game between the Pirates and the Phillies.
Okay.
And
were there 92 fist fights that game?
Well, it's the Battle of Pennsylvania, first of all. We all know that.
That's actually true.
There it is. And it was 0-0, as you can see.
That's wonderful.
So P is in Pirates, then the P for the Philadelphia, so it just looks like it says poop.
Yeah. And then letting you know the score between,
Yeah, there you go.
That's
touching pregame tribute.
That's hilarious. And by the way the Pirates are playing, that pretty much.
But now think about that. A listener saw that and said, I need to get that emailed to Tom.
I appreciate that so much. Well, hey, look, it's one of the few things we have in common anymore.
Everybody poops.
Everybody. Oh, I love that book. Right.
That's an
Every kid has a book.
Song, I think.
Pat,
audio book.
I met a guy over the weekend. He's got that thing. What's that gizmo you wear in your face when you sleep?
CPAP.
CPAP. Yeah. He was telling me that
Changed my life.
he'd lost power at his house.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened to me once.
Yeah. So
That's scary.
He couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
But you ever lose power at your house? You go to bed and then the power comes back on at 3 a.m. and it's like stereos on, all the lights are on. There's this little drummer, clang, clang, clang.
Yeah.
How long does the power have to be out before you stop walking into a room and clicking the light switch?
Yeah. Fortunately, I have a generator. Didn't happen to me.
I'd like to thank the power lines across the street from the house I'm selling because it prevented a huge 50-year-old plus pine tree from landing on my mailbox. Okay, the power was out for 12 hours, but Yeah, it was quite the storm over the weekend.
What's this? You're selling your house? Is that right?
This is the first I'm hearing about
yeah.
this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, no, I mean, it was,
Cross your fingers. You've sold it, right?
yeah.
Okay. Now,
pending.
are you going to unbury the statue in the front yard?
Yeah, then you take it to your new house and it brings you good luck.
Do you bury this? What's the thing you bury a statue of Saint who?
Joseph.
Now, do you put him in like a plastic bag, or does he get all dirty?
No, he gets all dirty. You just wash him off.
What about the dog bones buried in the back?
You dig them back up?
Do you have to tell them about the murders that happened?
those aren't dog bones. That, my friend, is a human femur.
I've had quite a few.
Well, you must have a mastiff. It needs a home like this.
That's actually happened.
Okay, yeah. We know you want
Never
to
buried a dog.
Hello,
You
hello.
buried a dog in your backyard?
No.
I bet there are many dogs in backyards.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's okay.
A friend of mine buried a Great Dane in his backyard.
What?
It's a long, long story.
It's a big, big hole.
Well, that's what he said. It was a Great Dane.
Well, actually,
Yeah. She just happened to be Danish.
no. This poor guy, he wishes it had been his then wife.
What happened to the guy who
It was a very expensive divorce.
he was a doctor and he took his wife out to look over this scenic vista?
That was in Hawaii.
Hit her in the head with a rock and she fell and lived, and then he tried to kill her in the hospital. I guess.
Yeah.
That was allegedly.
This is like
That was like a
Chevy-
month ago.
Right.
The
That's
Chevy
a current
Chase
story.
movie. And she's
Okay.
still alive,
Yeah.
right?
Testifying against him in court.
Well, hello. If you're just joining us, this is the Bob and Tom Show coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. It's time to grab the letters. And Mr. Godwin, you have a letter. Is that correct? I heard
I do, yeah.
rumor
I have a
that
letter, yeah.
want to read.
Look at him. He's got to put his glasses on. He's got to get all ready here.
Dear Bob and Tom Show.
Well done.
Participating in numerous theatrical productions throughout my high school years, I developed the actor's nightmare,
Oh, man.
where I'm backstage getting ready to perform in a play that I have not rehearsed. This usually involves me feverishly trying to memorize the script in the mere moments before I have to go on stage.
Yes.
In one such dream, I found myself cast as Harold Hill in The Music Man. And of course,
Impossible.
everybody knows how hard capitals.
This is unheard of.
He has a good 5 minutes to sit and skim through my lines. John.
That's funny.
I've been there, John.
There's actually a play called The Actor's Nightmare. Have you ever
Oh, yeah, no.
been it? Yeah. It's pretty funny.
All right, here's a good one. This is from Bill in Des Moines. I've been a teacher for 30 years. My recurring dream is that I cannot find my classroom. I'm wandering around the high school and never find the students I'm supposed to teach.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
We've got to get someone to explain what, because we're all having sort of similar things going on about our lives. Christy, you got one?
I do. It's from Doug. I don't know where Doug is from. After working in the manufacturing industry for almost 45 years, where metal shavings on the floor are part of the daily routine, my anxiety dream is I'm in the middle of the shop in my bare feet trying to get to the exit.
John McClane.
Yeah.
I've been out of the Marines since 2003, says Vasilios. I regularly have a dream where I'm back in the Marines in my current physical state. Relatively long hair, bearded, overweight, and not in uniform. I spend the whole dream trying not to be spotted by my superior. And then this poor guy, Craig, he got sort of trapped by his teacher. On my first day of psychology class in college, he says, my teacher asked if anyone dreamed about their teeth. And Chick, you do?
Yeah.
I have this dream maybe twice a year.
Fall right out, man.
Yes. My hand shot up, and then she told the class that Freud thought dreams about your teeth were linked to masturbation.
Whoa.
I was mortified.
So she had to volunteer? Oh, my God.
So she goes, hey, raise your hand if you've ever dreamed about your teeth.
Yeah,
and
right.
then she essentially said, it's about masturbation.
That's actionable.
Freud,
You
cut
can't
some-
do it that way.
Freud cut some wide swaths, right? Mothers or masturbation?
Yeah.
How
Yes.
many have that in common?
That dream is very rare in England.
They dream they have good teeth.
Yes.
This is an anxiety with a dog. This is from Cindy. For the love of everything holy, please stop with the car horn. I have a 160-pound St. Bernard named Birdie.
Oh,
There
look
she
at the
is.
oh my gosh, look at that beautiful dog.
I love her.
She goes crazy every time she hears your car horn.
Oh, that dog is
She's a
so
short-haired Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
so beautiful.
She's a pretty
I've
girl.
always wanted a Saint Bernard.
Who's a big sweetie.
So did my husband as a kid.
Look at the drool coming out.
I know, that's the thing,
That
right?
is the
A
thing.
friend of mine just lost his Newfoundland, who was like 13 or 14.
That's rare for
Yeah,
you if you don't live
beautiful,
that long.
beautiful dog. Beautiful dog. I got another one.
Bringing that up.
I've been a nurse for 7 years.
Keep
At
talking.
least the St. Bernard.
Christy.
St. Bernard didn't die.
What'd I do?
It was a death story, so it was in tribute to.
Oh, for me. Okay.
I've been a nurse for 7 years, writes Anna, in Caldwell, Idaho. I've had dreams where it's already the afternoon. I haven't seen us after giving meds to any of my patients. She said, one of my coworkers, she says she's had the same dream. Now I work at a center where I sedate patients for colonoscopies. I have a dream where the doctor is ready, but I can't find any of the medication.
Oh.
I'm in a different building. I know where nothing is, and I can't find the manager to help me find the medication. I'm glad that other people have similar stress dreams.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody, it's interesting that they're so often linked to a profession and what you do.
Makes sense.
And you have the stand-up dream, Josh, where you're...
I do,
Is
yeah.
it what you can't... Is it you can't remember your lines? Or
Typically, I can't remember how the joke goes, so I'll say my punchline first and then try to backtrack and do the setup so that it makes sense. And it's just
that happens on this show a lot. Oh, well. No, we're going to get to some sports in a few minutes.
Yeah, NBA playoffs. Scotty Scheffler wins again. We got a poll in Indianapolis. Let's see. Also, NASCAR. Big time race yesterday. Christopher Bell beat Joey Logano and all sorts of things.
Okay, I'll remind you, our pop-up shop is up and running right now. We've got a really cool special shirt in honor of the world of racing. This is one of my favorites. It's just such a cool-looking shirt. There's a long sleeve and a short sleeve, and I just take a look. I think you might like them. You can find them at bobandtom.com. Right now, how are your ears?
Raycon's Everyday Earbuds. That's right. For Father's Day, a gift. Yes, it would make an amazing gift for Dad. 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity lets Dad pair two devices at once. And Raycon has that quick charge function. I say it's wizardry. Just 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery. And Raycons also have active noise cancellation, often difficult to find at this price point. And this is an email from Jim, just received this morning. Sometimes brevity is the soul of a sales presentation. He just says, Raycon are awesome. There it is, right there.
Oh, nice.
What do you
Thank
think
you.
of that, Tom? And Raycon's Everyday Earbuds available in all the colors and a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy, no questions asked.
By the way, I think Raycon should come up with earbuds that are like day glow or that have a flashing light. You ever get that thing where you're listening to something, you're like walking the dogs, you've got your Raycons in, and someone walks up and starts talking to you, and you have to go like this, turn your ear and point at your ear. I can't hear you. I'm listening to something interesting. Oh, sorry, back to you.
Raycons do not have flashing lights because that'd be stupid. Get 15% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off at buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, Dad's tool in the news. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Do you follow the news at all?
Yeah, I think, because naturally you have to. Like, comics travel so much. We perform in every type of market, every demographic, socioeconomic group, all that stuff. So I think comics should be encouraged to talk about the stuff. But you follow it and it can get down and you're like, oh, wow, the world's gone to hell. But and gotten so violent. But I don't think the world ever got violent. There's no got. The world's been violent since the beginning. Cain killed Abel, right? The third person on the planet killed the fourth person. We weren't even able to make it to 3 people. Before somebody was. At one time, a third of the people on the planet were murderers. Right? A third of the people in the hood aren't murderers. A third of the people who own guns aren't murderers. A third of the people in jail aren't even murderers. San Quentin, Folsom Prison, and Alcatraz are safer than the book of Genesis. True enough. You're right. You thought Compton and Baghdad were tough. Try downtown Eden after the sun goes down. Scary. Murder and violence at person 3. One couple had 2 boys who had the world to themselves, and one of them was claiming this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Cain killed 25% of the world's population. That's more than Stalin, Hitler, Idi Amin, Pol Pot, King Herod, Genghis Khan, Manifest Destiny, typhoid, cancer, AIDS, cooties, all combined, right?
Right.
Cain killed a third of the people he knew. He knew 3 people. He killed one of them. If you knew Cain, you had a 66 and 2/3% chance of survival. There's no such thing as the good old days. There was no perfect time to be alive. There was like one good day. It was half a day. Adam and Eve were naked alone in an oasis.
Yep.
Lunchtime came. People got hungry. Apples were eaten. Boom, Detroit.
Bravo.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
In 1989, Emerson Fittipaldi won the 500. On the last lap, he and Little Al touched wheels on the north turn, and he sent Little Al right in the fence, crashed him. But Emerson Fittipaldi came around and won the 500, his first 500 in 1989. And that was also the year that the winner's share of the purse was over $1 million, first time. It was like $1,1,600 or something like that. So that was a big deal. I mean, the Indianapolis 500 has always had the biggest purse of any motorsports event. They were the first to go over $1 million, and they still to this day have the largest purse of any, bigger than Daytona, bigger than anybody's. So race morning after the 500 every year is the big pictures. The winner and the crew all come back to the speedway at 9 a.m. and they put the car on the straightaway and they take all the sponsor photos and all these pictures. Well, Ron McQueenie was the chief photographer at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 40 years. And Ron had the great idea, we need to take $1 million in cash and place it on Emerson's car. So they get hold of the office, we need $1 million in cash. All right. So they bring out $1 million in cash in these bags with real money. Yeah, because this is the day after the 500. And they had armed guards out there. And so they get the money out of the bags and they're stacking it all over Emerson's car. And they step back and they look and they go, you know, that's really not that impressive. Go back and get another $1 million. Now, where else in the world can you say on a Monday morning, Memorial Day morning, go back and get another? Well, they did. And they take another one. And Ron told me, he goes, at one point, I was reaching out to adjust a stack of cash, and this guard went, hey. Like, he didn't like my idea of me touching the dough. So if you ever look at that picture from 1989, you can Google it, Emerson Fittipaldi, 1989, and there's money stacked all over the car. That's actually $2 million in cash stacked all over that car.
I've tried losing the weight. I just can't. Just failing here. I went to Nutri-Systems. I was thinking about losing weight. Stepped on the scale, and I got a measuring tape. It said, wait a minute, mister. There's only so much we can do. I think liposuction may be the only thing for you. Suck the fat off my fanny. Suck the cellulite. Suck the fat off my fanny. Hey, suck the weight right off me. Tried Ozempic, don't like getting shots. Friends said to eat raw food, but I like my barbecue hard. Wait a minute, no Chesters, like my chicken fried. Doctor said while he shook his head, let's give a life one more try. Come on now, suck the fat off my fan, suck it out of my cheeks, suck the fat off my fan. Hey, suck the way right off me.
Yeah. Oh, that is so nice. It's powered by Speedway Subaru Volkswagen. That's a special edition of this show coming up on Carb Day. That's this Friday.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Josh Arnold, Pat Godwin, Christy Lee, Ace Cosby. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hello, Chick. Doing just fine. Going through the mailbag.
Glad to hear it.
A lot of anxiety dreams out there, and also a lot of phrases from the old folks. Maybe something your dad, your uncle, your mom,
The old country?
your aunt.
Say la vie, say the old folks.
Lonnie writes. Thank you.
Some people say that's a perfect song.
Chuck Berry.
Great
You
song.
never
Wonderful
can
song.
tell.
Yeah.
Say la vie, say the old folks. Lonnie writes, my dad is a bigger guy. I would often tease him about his belly.
Fat.
He would say, if you've got a good tool, you got to put a roof over it.
That's great.
I've heard shed, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
He also said regarding our dog, we had a Labrador Retriever. He was licking himself one day.
Oh, boy.
My dad's friend said, I wish I could do that. My dad said, I'll hold him. He won't mind. I like this guy.
Very good.
That's a nugget.
That is a funny man, you see.
Do you remember last week I asked if a bird was on a plane and they took off flying, would they have to be flying at 700 miles an hour to fly faster than the plane?
Right.
Well, this is from Ann. Good morning, Chick. I had my parrot on the plane the other day.
Is that right?
I know you normally hate birds. That's true. She is an umbrella cockatoo named Bindi. We flew from Idaho to Florida, and she was allowed to be out of her carrier.
What?
Wow.
She enjoyed looking out the window.
I've never been this high before.
I figured she appreciated the fact that she could sit in a plane and fly without putting in the work.
Yes.
There she is.
Look at her.
Will you look at Bindi?
Bindi's looking out the window.
What a great name, too.
I wonder if is she named after Bindi Irwin?
Yeah.
That's the only other-
Yeah, from Australia, right?
Steve Irwin's kid.
Yeah. We're looking at a photograph of the beautiful white bird looking out the window.
She looks so funny.
It's like I always think when dogs stick their head out of a car, they think they're flying.
Sure.
It's just they're having such a good time.
How did Bindi do with growing up without a father? You think?
Seemingly quite well.
Yeah,
I'm sure she was
evidently,
a heartbroken.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. He's
She's
mad at me
mom.
for mentioning the dead dog, and now he's doing this.
What? I'm just trying to get into the flavor of things.
I guess I was not going to read this, though, but I guess I will now.
Okay.
Stress Dream, 20-plus years, my career driving a truck, writes, well, I better not give his full name. We'll just call him, his nickname is the Hillbilly.
Oh, that's a good nickname.
He says, my stress dream involves me having a rollover crash in my truck.
Oh, jeez.
He goes, this is usually a career ender, often a fatality.
Oh, yeah. What you think?
However, in my dream, I'm always standing out of the truck, unharmed, looking at the wreckage, trying to figure out how to tell my boss I wasn't the one driving.
Man. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hillbilly. We certainly appreciate that. Is there anyone else in attendance having a letter that they would like to read at this time?
I'm all...
I got one. Hey, people. All right.
All right.
All along the Autobahn in Germany, you'll find the cleanest gas stations and the best gas station food.
No kidding. Wow.
Chick, I rent a Mercedes, and you would lose your mind.
You know, knockwurst?
Food is so fresh there that I would consider gas station sushi, but not in the States, except for Hawaii is also nice.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you drive from Alaska to Hawaii? I think you can, can't you?
They're still working on that bridge.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, a Mexican vessel hit it over the weekend.
Oh, do we have to talk
Boy, they're really
about
having
that?
trouble with their ships and bridges, aren't they?
Their Navy. Did you hear about this?
I did hear.
We'll get to it. I'm not joking. There was
I bet we will get to it.
one more.
Okay.
This is from a gentleman who calls himself Daddy.
All right.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy.
I've been a garbage man for the better part of 18 years.
Wow.
I do have a dream, the only one I remember. I'm in a loaded garbage truck. I'm going down a hill, and the brakes stop working.
Oh, no.
At the bottom of the hill is a house.
Jeez.
All you can do is honk your horn.
Once I hit the house, the dream restarts with me at the top of the hill. I continue hitting the house over and over.
That's
Wow.
that's Twilight Zone stuff right
Yes.
Collecting garbage in Cincinnati. Well, thank you, quote unquote, Daddy.
there. I
Oh,
think,
that's our garbage buddy,
From Cincinnati.
The daddy from Cincinnati, yeah.
I bet you he was his house as a kid was hit by and he perished during that collision, and he's still dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Reliving
Spooky.
it.
Now to answer
But he has email privileges.
Yeah.
to answer a question from the other day, I asked what those big red balls in front of Target, if those were like just big plastic things.
No, they're concrete.
No,
I've shinned one.
And they are there for a reason.
They are.
Don't ask.
Yeah, they're actually made in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
My husband, Matt, works there. In fact, he's working on one right now.
Huh.
Other items you commonly see that are made there are those concrete garbage receptacles, picnic tables, planters, and benches.
He does those too?
Most likely you've seen them at McDonald's, at Wausau Tile in Wisconsin.
How about that?
And remember how to spell Wausau, don't you, Christy, from the old commercial? W-A-U-S-A in the middle U. All right. So those things, you don't want to be hitting those then in front of the Target.
No, I idiotically walked into one and it smarted.
You know,
That'd be a bad job for me to make it perfectly round like that. I'd just work on it until it was the size of a baseball.
Exactly.
I wouldn't leave it alone. Yeah.
Looking at it from every possible angle.
No, it's this other side. Yeah. Get the grinder out.
so it'll be kind of like in Spinal Tap where they drop the Stonehenge, and it's a little tiny one. And there was a scale issue. Oh, look, there's a red softball in front of the Target. That'll keep me out. Okay. Now it's time for us to segue briefly into the world of sports.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Jingleheimer Schmidt. That's my name too.
No, I said Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shea
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
I see what you're doing.
We weren't with you on that.
See, his name.
This may have been the first time.
Shea.
Yeah,
This
it
is the
is.
first time. Very first
Yeah.
time. I thought
You don't like the take off on John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
That's okay. We could have a vote, I guess. Okay, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Jingleheimer Schmidt?
Oh,
Okay.
Well, we have to decide on
Josh,
at the same time.
Josh is going to vote for repeating it, but see, I think that's taking away the charm
I
that we
vote
have
for Tom
with O'Shea Ohtani, whatever the hell his name is.
They're going to the finals. He had 35 last night. Jalen Williams, 24. The Oklahoma City Thunder rolled.
and the lightning strike.
The Western Conference Final. They'll take on the Timberwolves. And Scotty Scheffler has won the PGA Championship for his third major title.
I'm starting to think that guy's pretty good.
You think?
He is something else. With the championship at Quail Hollow, claimed his third major championship title, first non-Masters major, finished 5 strokes ahead of runners-up DeChambeau, Harris English, and Davis Riley. Scheffler's victory marks his 15th PGA Tour win and joins Tiger and Jack as the only players to win 3 majors and 15 PGA Tour titles before the age of 29.
Nice. Give us a preview of what's coming up.
How's that taste? NHL coming up, and David Rush in sports.
And Quail Hollow is the only place they spell potato with an E. Little Dan Quayle joke.
Oh.
Wow. You know something? I know you've given me a hint. I still don't get it.
You sucked the life out of the room.
No.
There's no.
Dan Quayle always kills.
I need air.
I can't help it that you two aren't as educated.
And the quail is spelled Quayle, hollow.
Well, remember, he got into an argument with a kid over
tomato
and potato. Yeah,
he was wrong.
Tomato, potato. I can't even remember. I'm sorry. We'll be doing some references about William McKinley when we get back.
More vice presidential. Wait a minute.
I've got a James Monroe hunk that just destroys. We've got some Indy 500 news, et cetera, et cetera. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Let's just move on. How are you? Everything going?
I'm not good. I'm not going to lie to you.
What's the problem?
They're renaming my street. They're renaming my street.
Oh, you see, that's one of my hot buttons.
Let me tell you something. I live on 39th Street. That seems pretty easy, 39th Street.
39.
They're going to rename it Cesar Chavez Street. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know who Cesar Chavez is, but I hate him. Whoever he is, I hate him.
Great man as far as
he was a great
farm workers together. And
well, because I had to study about this. But here's the thing: we say we're going to rename the street because that shows that you love the man or whatever. The thing is, naming a street after something doesn't mean you love it. I don't love the number 39. I just look at it as the least aggressive sexual position.
It is one
Here's
of
the
the
thing about 39 is that it comes after 38 and before 40.
Yeah.
Therefore, making the streets make some sort of sense.
Sure.
If you're trying to get somewhere, if you're on 5th, you know how far 25th is.
Sure.
But if we're just going to start naming them after random civil rights leaders, is there going to be an order to these civil rights leaders? Is there going to be, like, we're going to name them in order of their effectiveness as a civil rights leader? Are they
No.
All
I know is that Rosa Parks is going to be up front.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was thinking there's going to be all these conversations with the guys. It's like, I told you, man, I live on Jesus Boulevard. Where are you? You're only to Al Sharpton? You're all the way across town. Okay.
You have no idea. Do you know what's about to happen to you?
No one.
No one's going to be able to find your house. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because of GPS systems.
Yeah.
The reason I know all about this is they renamed a street right near my house, and now no one can find it anymore.
You don't want people to find you.
No, you just have to explain longer. I live on Cesar Chavez, which used to be 39th Street. So when you're coming here, follow all the instructions. So go down 39th Street. Thanks for the pain in the ass.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because somebody better tell my Garmin what a great man Cesar Chavez, because apparently my Garmin eats grapes.
See, exactly.
Wow.
Right now you think this is cute and funny. Just wait.
Just wait.
My first date in 6 weeks, and she ended up in Spokane.
But they do all these different things with streets. I mean, it's like, okay, so you have the numbers, and the numbers make sense. And then also what we do where I live in Portland, Oregon, is that the streets going the other way are alphabetized.
So ABC.
Exactly, which is fine until you're on Kelso and you're looking for Pine and you're trying to figure out how far it is. You're like K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
NOP.
I'm the start over guy. I know the alphabet. I just only know it from one
Tom
spot
is also.
space.
Augie, we have so much in common. You know what's actually helping me with that?
What?
Texting.
What do you mean?
Because by texting,
you have to find out where the letters are on your numbers.
It groups those letters together. I'm still pretty slow. But,
click.
C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but
it's just
I'm always doing the same.
I don't have to do that with numbers. I mean, if I'm trying to figure out 39th to 40, I don't start out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I automatically know. And so why do they make us solve these puzzles with our streets? What's going to be next? It's easy. The streets are named after the periodic table of elements in order of their combustibility. What's wrong with you? You're only up to boron? You're not going to be here for a long time.
You idiot.
Hope you got enough gas.
Brilliant.
Augie Smith is our guest.
Well, I watch, I'm home during the day a lot, and I have a little ritual called watching 8 hours of Law and Order in a row on cable. Because you can. Yeah. Law and Order, yes. Law and Order, yes. Law and Order, yes. Charmed, crap, it's over. But I love Law and Order because it's ripped from today's headlines. You know? It takes some news story that's going on. Then they change the names up a little bit. Then they make that the plot for the episode. The thing about Law and Order is, though, every episode has to involve a murder. And even if there's not a murder in the news story they're talking about, they just go ahead and add a murder into what happened.
Okay.
And, which has got to piss off the people in the news story because they're watching. Fred Thompson and Sam Waterston are hashing out the case. Now, Jack, I'm afraid you're going to have a political firestorm on your hands if you insist on prosecuting this as a first-degree murder trial. Politics is your area, not mine, Arthur. It's my job to convince a jury that the governor of New York was caught with a high-priced call girl and then murdered her. Elliot Spitzer is sitting home saying, whoa, I didn't murder her, all right? Everyone knows you're talking about me here. You're not fooling anyone with this Elliot Bitzer character. Yeah. He should sue Law and Order, which would be an episode of CSI New York. I don't know how the sticks would work.
Award-winning service at Dry and Reinbold, north and south.
BMW, very nice.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Hey, there's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. And Tom, we have a special guest.
Joining us in the studio, we have singer, songwriter, comedian, a bus driver, mechanic, and a man who was the victim of criticism from one of my children last evening. He is Edwin McCain. Hey, Edwin, how are you? Edwin was passing through, ended up coming over last night, and my daughter Hart is 9.
Yes.
And doesn't know anything about Mr. McCain. And we were talking at dinner. Oh, you write songs? Are they all good?
Fair question. It was the sweetest music review I've ever had in my whole life. She goes, "Well, do you have good songs?" And I said, "I have a couple of good songs, and I have some bad songs." She goes, "Well, let's hear one of the good ones and one of the bad ones." And so I just started playing her snippets of my songs, and the one she would like, she would go, "Yes." Yes. And then I'd start another song and she'd go, "Ew." I mean, and she was 100% correct in all of her judgments. She could be a great A&R person.
Well, because
is anybody else just amazed that that's Tom's daughter?
I mean, she was so.
One of them, it was maybe 5 seconds in. And she, no.
No, really. Wow. It was the greatest.
And then at one point she made him sing along, which is sort of spectacular because you forget that Edwin has this incredible voice, and they're going
loud.
Did she want to make sure that it was you think?
Well, she just kept going, you don't sound like you talk.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I get that a lot. The way I look and the way I sing, it messes. It's
Yeah, you're the contemporary Jim Neighbors.
yeah. I'm like Rafe Hollister.
Who was the guy, chick? The guy that was.
Don't drag me into this.
No, was it Crazy Guggenheim that was the
Frank Fontaine.
Yeah, the bartender with Jackie Gleason, and then he was this crooner, but he played this this sort of pathetic drunk. Oh man, they I don't think they would allow that in today's
He was
world.
the bartender.
There are a lot of pathetic drunks who are great singers, though.
Yes.
I'm sitting right here, guys. I'm sitting right here in the room.
What about Frank Sinatra? They put a bottle of Jack on his headstone. You know that?
Is that true?
Yeah. It's a little airplane bottle, but yeah.
Wow.
They have to replace it every now and then, but yeah.
Oh. Now, Edwin McCain is going out, in August? You're going out with the band Train?
We're going out with Train for August and September, and then we're starting to do some shows with Tonic.
Oh, nice, man.
Fun.
And Emerson and I get along great, so we're gonna be doing lots of stuff.
Do the Gin Blossoms ever go out with Tonic?
We almost have to make that happen now.
Yeah, we're playing at Old Lyme, Connecticut. Sorry, I'll stop.
If you could only see the way she loves me. Little Tonic for that, Ed.
Oh, nice.
I'm a Tonic fan, yeah.
Well, very good, very
And
good.
I'd be willing to sit through Edwin to get to Tonic.
Me too.
That's fair.
We're going to dip our toes into the world of sports. Is that correct?
Geez, yes, we are. As a matter of fact, what did I do? Oh, Sergei Bobrovsky. I don't think he's from around here. Made 19 saves. Florida Panthers scored 3 times in 6:24 span in the second period. Sorry, Christian.
Yikes.
And the Panthers routed the Leafs 6-1 in Toronto. How rude. In Game 7 last night. And Panthers advanced the Eastern Conference Finals. The champs are still alive. Let's see. Bobby Schwartzman, the pole. Anybody call him Bobby? Probably not. I don't think. Robert Schwartzman won the pole.
Yeah. As a rookie. First time in 42 or 3 years.
Whatever that is.
Christopher Bell. Hang on. Christopher Bell beat Joey Logano. I don't have a sound for Logano in action-packed NASCAR All-Star race yesterday. And a nudist resort in South Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Is hosting a clothing-optional naked 5K marathon.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, no kidding.
And all, yeah.
How many P's are there in the word flopping?
I feel like you just follow that up with a pickleball tournament and call it good.
Wouldn't that be really
Hard to run naked?
Hope it's not a hurdles
I hope
event.
they're wearing tennis shoes.
Reports are records 161 people.
Pat, naked pickleball. You ever heard of such a thing?
I have indeed.
Well, we may have to hear
might
about
have to hear a
that.
song.
Have you played a nudist colony, right?
I played at one, yeah. I had my clothes on.
But you were on, the audience is all nude?
Yeah.
Do they?
You could really tell if they like the songs.
Some were very excited by my
Give someone a boner.
I mean, is there a protocol? Do the ladies cross their legs? I mean, is there kind of a...
What?
Well, it depends on if they like that or not.
I mean, that would be awkward.
They weren't an attractive bunch, let's put it that way.
They weren't an attractive bunch.
Edwin, have you ever done a concert for a nudie camp?
No. I mean, I've seen some nudity at my shows.
Oh, yeah.
And people have gotten inspired at times.
Ladies?
This is back in the day, and it doesn't happen as much anymore. Actually, now I walk out on stage. We play these places, and I was playing this performing arts center, so it's real quiet and respectful. And I was walking out at the microphone, and I heard this woman turn to her husband and go, "He looks okay. He looks okay." And I was thinking, man, I'm getting credit for just waddling out here. This is fantastic.
That is so wonderful to hear that.
He's okay.
He looks okay.
161 people signed up for the Carolina Foothills Resorts Buck Creek Streak 5K. This is the 11th time for the race, set for June 14th. Take place entirely within the confines, between the vines of the friendly confines. No, it's a private community there, I guess.
So more than 100 people naked running.
161.
Are there other events?
Don't know.
Maybe there'd be some whistling during the women's long jump. Again, the hurdles would be a bitch.
I guess they're really just trying to figure out who's going to be the HOA president. Just, who's the leader of the pack here?
I'm going to guess a lot of those are walkers.
You think?
Yeah.
I'd pay $5K not to see that, actually.
$5,000.
Yeah, I do not want to watch a naked marathon.
And an entrant in Saturday's Brooklyn Half Marathon was running in a wedding gown. Miss Tess Tregeas says that she's on the hunt for a man to say "I do."
Oh, no,
man.
this is no way to.
As the kids would say, she's thirsty.
Yes.
Let's see. A video captured before the event. The 28-year-old Brooklynite said,
"Oh boy,
my future husband might be at the finish line. You don't know.
I guess I don't, ma'am.
You want to get married?
You know what? I don't, but I appreciate.
Are you sure? I got the dress and everything.
Why are you calling your mom?
Will you go get go get a coffee and a hard roll? You want? Oh, and look what we have now.
Stupid world record.
David Rush has broken his own Guinness World Record for the most water moved by hand in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Really?
Come on. Is he like dog paddling the water out of a bucket or
No, he's there's
go ahead and explain.
There's a big tub. Imagine on your right. And then,
man, this sounds.
And then there's a guy that keeps refilling it with a pitcher. He has to, and then David takes his hands, sticks them in there, and there's a certain distance between that he moves the water. There are a lot of world records that there's a certain amount of danger involved.
Not this one.
This isn't one of them.
No.
It's really stupid.
So if you have big hands, you'd be able to beat his record, I would think.
Yeah, and he did this at the headquarters of the Guinness people. So
He managed to scoop.
Here we go. Here you can see it.
Oh my goodness.
Did he move to London?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. This makes.
Now, see, there's a guy refilling the
The
tank.
last
there.
20 of these records have been done at the headquarters.
Yeah.
I just wonder if his wife, like, on their way to dinner parties, if she's like, "Hey, can we just not tell people
what you do?"
She just wishes once he got her that wet.
We don't know. He could be.
He could be a consummate lover. I don't know.
It's that world records there. You don't know.
That'd be an impressive record. David, 12.5-inch rush, reporting for duty.
Anyway, he broke the record, 5,100 milliliters. I'm not up on my metric like I should be. Beating the previous record of 3323 milliliters.
Oh, it shattered.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, again, not a really scary record.
No danger.
Now, if you were walking on the water, that'd be something.
I just fast forward to some kind of like small stovepipe fire emergency that all of a sudden what do we do?
If only we had.
And like finally his moment arrives. There's an igloo cooler full of melted ice water.
I'll save you, Dell.
We could just pick up the cooler. No, I've got this.
Sir, this is actually taking longer than if you just dumped the. Shut up!
There's a fire extinguisher an inch from your left hand.
I am a fire extinguisher.
This is my moment.
Well, thank you very much. Give me the teaser.
I got nothing, baby. I got
that's it for sports?
News and Christy Lee coming up.
We'll get a song out of Mr. Edwin McCain. We'll get a song out of Pat Godwin. I understand we have a request.
Naked pickleball, I think.
We could do naked pickleball.
Right.
We also have comedian Greg Warren coming up. Greg's new special is on Nateland, Nate Bargatze's YouTube channel.
That's right, and Greg Warren's The Warren Report, brought to you by Champion Windows. Visit championsavenow.com.
Thank you very much. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy. More than a quarter of Americans in a recent survey said they've avoided getting therapy because they're afraid of being judged. Well, right now, there's a big movement out there to break the stigma. Therapy can be really useful, of course. If you've been thinking about it, here's a great way to access therapy. It's called BetterHelp. What's unusual about it is all the therapy is done online, so it's a lot more convenient. And I mentioned that it's kind of new. Actually, it's been around for a decade. Right now, there are 30,000 plus licensed therapists that are participating in this program and more than 5 million people. So find out about it by visiting betterhelp.com/BT show. And again, the therapy is done online, so it's a lot more convenient. You can do it with your smartphone, your laptop, whatever, and you can do it where you want to be in the privacy of wherever. You'll take a little questionnaire, fill it out, and they'll try to match you with a therapist that, and I should say there's a whole wide range of specialties. They'll try to match you up the one that's best for you. And by the way, you can switch therapists anytime, no additional fees. All the information's posted at betterhelp.com. I'd recommend going to betterhelp.com/BT show to knock 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT show. Coming up, a song from Godwin. Maybe we could get a new band. Godwin and McCain.
Oh my gosh, if only.
We're doing that after the show today.
Yeah, we're recording it.
Oh, good. Can you teach him a couple chords? Okay. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Fish and worms, fish and worms. Everybody's wishing they had fish and worms. Find them in the backyard, underneath the rock. Slip them in your sandwich, put them in your socks. Fish and worms. Do your English homework, underline a word, circle direct object and transitive verb with a fish and worm. Fish and worm. Well, my big sister, she don't care for my fish and worm. Big ones, little ones, they give her the creeps, whatever it's. I go put a couple in the blender. Now she's looking at me with bated breath. Ooh, from eating fish and worms. Fish and worms. Everybody's wishing they had fish and worms. Find them in the backyard, underneath some leaves, make them little dresses. Just leave off the sleeves, fish and worms, fish and worms, fish and worms.
Yeah. The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway has grown. I mean, it was built in 1909. The very first event there was a balloon race where they were charging 25 cents to get in. Then they had some motorcycle race and different car races. Well, they eventually, the surface of the track was crushed stone and tar. And it would develop horrible chuck holes as events went on. And so finally they decided, okay, let's do this right. So they got 3,200,000 bricks and they paved the entire track. And that's where the name the Brickyard comes from.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step, click the link at bobandtom.com.
Beatles played at the Indiana State Fair on September 3rd, 1964. They stayed at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Motel because at that time that was the neatest, newest hotel, believe it or not. And John Lennon wasn't feeling well, and so Dr. Henry Bach, who was the chief medical guy at the Speedway, lived on 15th Street, but they call him, and so he went to the motel and gave John Lennon a shot with a hypodermic needle. And the next day, his daughter took it to school, at Speedway Schools, and was showing everybody the needle that had given John Lennon a shot. Ringo got hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning, and was asking a state trooper who was kind of, they had a detail of troopers that were keeping everybody away from the motel. And he goes, where can I get something to eat? And the trooper goes, get in the car. And this trooper at 2 in the morning drove Ringo Starr to Noblesville, had his wife get out of bed, cook Ringo Starr breakfast, and then drove him back to the track. There's pictures of them doing things around the golf course and messing around. But when they went to go to the track, they came out of the speedway onto 16th Street, turned right, came down to Georgetown Road, and drove right past the American Legion where I work now. Well, word had gotten out they were doing that. Well, I grew up at 30th and Georgetown, and word had gotten out that the Beatles were going to be coming down Georgetown Road. So the streets were lined like it was a parade with people. This on the west side. And all of a sudden, here comes this motorcade and these limos. And I look, and there's Ringo Starr messing with, I saw Ringo Starr as they went past. And they went to the fairgrounds and did a show at the Coliseum in the afternoon where Jerry Baker introduced them. And to hear Bake talk about that, and then there's a pirated recording of that show, and you hear Bake introduce them. And they walk on stage and they have to plug in and set up and boom, hello, setting up. It's not like today where it's all pre-produced and all set up. And then that night, they did a show at the grandstand, and Bouncing Bill Baker from WIBC was the host. So, but they drove right down Georgetown Road, right by the track, because that was the newest motel in Indianapolis, and having the Beatles there.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Josh Arnold, Pat Godwin, Christy Lee, Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom. We have a kind of a surprise special guest today.
In the studio, he is singer-songwriter Edwin McCain. Were you always Edwin, or were you Ed as a kid?
Always Edwin. Yeah.
Kind of distinguished.
I got gypped.
Did you want to be an Ed?
Yeah, well, my
or an
father's name was Watt. W-A-T-T.
That's cool.
And I got stuck with Edwin.
I think Edwin's cool too, though. I do.
Yeah, that's
Watt.
Edwin's distinguished. Supreme Court justice material. Watt. How did he spell it?
W-A-T-T.
W-A-T-T?
So I named.
Were there a lot of who's on first jokes about him?
No,
Was he a bright guy?
Was he an electrician?
The guy who came up with that system was named, I think it was James Watt or something, wasn't it? Or Bill William Watt? Or,
I don't know.
I think so.
Oh, very good. Was it a family name?
Mm-hmm. And so my son is named Watt.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so he got to have the cool name.
He got Watt.
Does he know it's cool?
He does, except for he gets a little chafed because he has to constantly correct people that call him Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's his middle name, I should say?
He's just Watt McCain. And my dad didn't want to name me Watt because I would have been the fourth, and he didn't want me to be Watt 4.
You have to think about that.
How are you going to miss the joke like that? It's fantastic.
Wow, that's great. Because if he was Wyatt, that'd be a double Western movie.
Wyatt what?
Yeah.
Well, because McCain was Lucas McCain, the rifleman. But Watt McCain.
I'd be interested to see how many people, percentage-wise, remember the rifleman with Chuck Connors. It can't be 5%.
It's not.
It's not.
That was my nickname at basketball camp.
The rifleman?
The rifleman, because if you passed me the ball, I was chucking it. I was shooting.
Chuck Connors. This is all tying in.
Shooting.
All right. Now,
kaboom.
We were, for some reason, I know. Was it the Naked Run story?
Naked 5K down in South Carolina, yeah.
Why is it always South Carolina?
I don't know. You have a great state. It's a lot of fun.
Now, Patty, are you plugged in over there?
I am indeed. Impeccable
naked pickleball. Sweaty in the summer, nippy in the fall, playing pickleball. Naked pickleball with Esther, Clem, Betty, and Saul. Flapping pots in private places, Esther's hoo-ha's in their faces, incontinence in eventuality. Now we need to clean up Encore 3, playing pickleball, naked pickleball. Trip and fall and an ambulance is called, playing pickleball, naked pickleball. Better wipe twice in the bathroom stall. Boobs are flopping, knees are bruised, hips replaced and backs are fused. Saul's sack is waving in the breeze. He took him to the nuts and fell to his knees. What was he doing? He was playing pickleball, naked pickleball. Clem's micro dickle is mighty small, playing pickleball, naked pickleball. Try not to fall on your pickling balls. Pickleball's all the rage for folks of a certain age, but nudity is best left to the young. Oh, but damn, they're having fun, wrinkling in the sun, and I had no idea Saul was so well hung, playing pickleball, naked pickleball. Better than a swimmer or walk in the mall, playing pickleball, naked pickleball with Esther, Clem, Betty, and Big D Saul.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. And now we're getting a lot of anxiety dream letters.
You have any of those, Edwin?
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Can't remember your songs or...
No, I used to be a pizza cook at a place called Sharky's in Charleston, and I still have dreams that the phones are ringing off the hook, orders are stacking up, the ovens are full. All the orders in the oven turn out to be wrong, and they have to be remade right now.
Oh.
And you'd think you'd stop burning yourself on the oven. Still burning myself on the oven, reaching in there, and I wake up and... Yeah,
man,
still have it.
We had that chef's dream last week. Remember the chef?
Ingredients were wrong. Couldn't find them.
There were the tickets are piling up.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like every profession has it. And do you ever have the anxiety dream about being on stage and forget your songs or?
No, because I do that in real life. 100% do that in real life. That's why if you ever hear me, randomly sing the word watermelon, it means I forgot what I was supposed to be singing.
I'll be watermelon. Yeah. Now, we had an interesting statement from Josh.
What did I say?
Last week, you were talking about you have a chart. Do you keep track of...
my monthly expenditures, yes. I have a spreadsheet, yeah.
That is really... I would never have guessed.
Really?
Yeah. You're that organized.
Well, there was a time when it was pretty necessary, and it allowed me to save up and get some things done. Yeah. So,
do you log this by hand, or is this all entered on a computer?
All on my laptop. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
There was a time when I had to do that too, Josh, but I got divorced from her. So.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
I'm the exact opposite. I have no idea what's happening at any time.
Me either. I spend it.
I don't want to know. There's that great episode of Larry Sanders where he asks Artie, I want to be in the loop. You don't want to be in the loop, guy.
right.
No, I want to be in the. I want to know what's going on with the. You don't want to be in the loop. All right, I'll put you in the loop. And then of course he doesn't want to be in the
loop. Yeah.
There are some things where it really is a blessing to be able to go to a gas pump and not look, just to fill up the tank. Instead of I can only get 6 gallons right now.
But everything is logged and
I don't go back and log how much I spent on gas, stuff like that. But all my monthly deductions, especially frivolous stuff, I like to keep track of so I don't go overboard. I don't like spending so much on streaming services. I want to know what I'm spending. And if I look at it and go, man, $90 is a little much.
Now, Chick's the exact opposite. You don't even know how many Netflix accounts you have.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to be in the loop. We all learned that.
This is the only way for me to save up for things that I want to do and things that I want.
Nobody else is in your loop but you.
Right, that's me. But I don't want to be in the loop. If it wasn't for automatic bill paying, I'd be in jail right now.
Eric writes, I'm assuming that Josh tracking all his expenses, there are a lot of pie charts. I believe that's a pizza joke.
Maybe even just a pie joke. Dessert.
Awesome. Great. It's also interesting. it seems that Charleston, you mentioned that you were running pizzas in Charleston. What was the name of the place? Sharky's. And then we have Hyman's in Charleston, which is where
Dusty?
The great, the Dusty Slade. He worked there.
Slade.
What did I say?
Dusty Slade.
Oh, sorry.
He's not a detective. Dusty Slade.
I was thinking of Dwight Slade.
Hyman's loves us. So if you ever go to Charleston, you should go there and have lunch or dinner.
That'd be a great T-shirt.
Hyman's love us.
I love Hyman's. Like, I heart Hyman's. You could wear it around and people would go, it's too late, honey.
I heart Hyman's.
You could tell them, hey, look, I rode horses when I was a teen.
I was unbalanced, babe.
I see. We have Edwin McCain is our guest in the studio. Christy Lee is at the Bob and Tom News Desk. We call it the Silac Insurance News Desk. Give me a teaser.
A teaser. Well, we have the Pope in the news, Pope Leo, and an interesting story.
Over it.
That was
No,
He's going to be around for a while.
No, this reminds me about when Letterman went to CBS, and as everybody was Letterman. It's the same thing. The Pope needs. I bet he think. I wish the spotlight.
I just want to get to work.
I just need to get to work.
He had his inaugural mass yesterday. Did you see that? He was an open air Pope mobile. That was a big story.
All right.
Yeah.
And the Francis donated one of the other Pope mobiles to be carrying medical supplies. Do you see that? That's kind of cool. If you're just joining us, hello. This is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. And you say you've got Pope news. Let's hear it.
A personal trainer in Italy says he was shocked to learn that his client has just become the new Pope. Valerio Marcella told the Italian newspaper that I can't pronounce, here in the gym, no one knew that Robert, now Leo the 14th, was even a cardinal.
I don't care if you're the Pope or not. You give me 25, mister. Let's move it.
The 26-year-old said the Pope, then Cardinal Robert Prevost, trained regularly in the gym near the Vatican and worked with Mr. Masella multiple times a week. It was not until he stepped out onto the balcony at St. Peter's Basilica as Pope Leo that Mr. Masella realized he had trained the future pontiff.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it? He said he was always
Or
kind.
is it mildly amusing? One of the two.
Never nervous.
Are you kidding? It's the Pope. Yes, it's the Pope.
So you laughed out loud holding your stomach.
Yes,
when you
because
read this
I saw a picture of this guy doing pull-ups wearing that funny hat.
Hilarious.
And he's only pulling high enough to touch the top of the hat. I could do that.
He could really swing a kettlebell.
If the Pope came out on the balcony with Jerry Lewis, then it would be hilarious.
I want 3 more push-ups and 7 Hail Marys. I don't care if you're the Pope.
They're talking to anybody that's ever looked at this guy.
As for Pope Leo's physical condition,
let's go
Mr.
over
Masella
that.
said, quote, for a man of his age, it's exceptional.
That's because he does CrossFit.
Typical of someone who's never stopped playing.
See,
You know what?
I don't know
That
why,
was
but
all worth it now.
he totally
If
redeemed it.
if that isn't a headline all over the place. But this is interesting because this may help him live a little longer if he's fit.
Well, sure.
Francis really got porky there at the end.
Why can't I work out?
did he really?
Yeah, he got very big.
Workouts available? I bet it might be somewhere, right? You could work out like the Pope.
Yeah.
The Pope works.
It will be now.
Maybe he can get washboard abs like Jesus.
Or after every exercise, you go, Jesus Christ. is that more it, you think? No? Okay.
Associating with either this little...
He's doing an energy drink. I tried this holy water. Of course, he has an Italian accent just from spending all that time in Italy.
Why isn't that a brand, what is it, liquid death or something's a water? Why isn't it holy water?
Because no one wants, no one's that anxious to go to hell.
No!
Well, what about like angel water? You could call it that or something?
You could call it holy
Or saint?
water. It's not sacred.
I know that's the whole point.
Yes, that's how holy water works, chick.
Water is sacred.
No, they've all got senses of humor. You're telling me you wouldn't give what is his name? Pope? You wouldn't give a Pope a can of holy water and go, oh, man, this is so funny, man. You wouldn't say that, right?
Aren't you glad that the Pope gets to pick a new name, though? Because I don't think they would take Pope Bob seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Father Bob is
Do you
cute.
think they're like teenage girls and they just write like their imaginary Pope name in their little notebooks like over and over again just in case like one day?
No, not
They're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, that's going to be another 1,000 years, I think.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder if whatever 5 or 10 of those Cardinals that kind of thought they might have a shot at it, if they were thinking, Well, I'm not going to think too much, but if I do get it, I'm going to become, and then they have the
They
name.
have it in there.
Sure.
They
You think
know.
so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got like a top
Absolutely.
3 in case somebody snakes their name they wanted, right?
There was
you're right.
There was an Onion article about one of the Cardinals passed over again for Pope.
Funny.
Realizes his life was nothing.
That's solid. And it was Timothy Dolan, the New York guy.
Right, yeah.
He just looking.
Dolan passed over again. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Chicago.
Well, I know that you're tired of the stories. We have another one coming tomorrow, Josh.
Okay.
I didn't want to hit you up with 2 of them.
No, let's not get it over with. Let's spread it out torturously.
Well,
What do you got? What about, can we have a hint about tomorrow's?
It involves his Chicago origins. We'll put it that way.
Did he work at the restaurant that is on the Bear?
Oh, boy, that would be 2 of mine.
That would be crossing the streams,
Sure would.
man.
Hey, watch the Bear. See people yell at each other over effing sandwiches.
Whatever you say, chef.
Have you seen the Bear, Edwin?
No.
One of the lucky ones.
What is it?
The Bear.
It's a show about a restaurant in Chicago, and having worked in restaurants, you'd probably like it. It's very realistic, but it's kind of over the top.
A lot of loud mouths, but it takes place in Chicago. What do you expect?
Okay. All right. We'll get a song out of Mr. McCain in just a couple of minutes. How about that? Christy Lee, you want to give me a little teaser what you got coming over there?
Well, we have a flight that didn't have a pilot for about 10 minutes, if you want to talk about that.
That's fine. It's all
is well.
All automated.
Come on, John.
I knew you would say that.
John, get back up here. This plane isn't going to fly itself.
He criticized me for a Dan Quayle reference.
I told you, if you and your sister didn't stop arguing, I'm going to crash this plane.
I've never heard of an underwater scooter. Anybody here?
No.
Well, apparently a guy used it to get away. We'll talk about that.
Plus, it's one of those cool James Bond things where
Is
he
that
would
what
kind
it
of hold
is?
on to him.
Oh, like a scuba sled.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. And there's a terrifying new attraction that lets you rest while suspended over a 320-foot cliff.
I couldn't do this.
Let you rest?
Yeah.
It's a mattress, and
baby.
it's the view. The view. It's ungodly. It's so beautiful.
It's in China though, so
Yeah, you can imagine the safety standards probably rival those of the Bahamas,
Exactly.
where I, of course, did that flying in the parachute thing at the Rusty Harness Parasailing School.
Hey, Rusty runs a great shop.
He really does.
It's just leave him alone.
Coming up, we're going to force Mr. McCain to sing a song. Is that okay with you? Are you in voice ready?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Are you in fine fettle?
At this point,
well, this show.
What are we talking about?
It's not going to matter. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. We have Etta May in the studio with us. Etta May is the mother of several. What is the official count now?
4.
Okay, great.
Not counting my husband. Yeah.
You're done, right?
Thank you. My oldest boy, Bud, is 17, and then Corona, she is 16, and Miller is 13, and then Jack is 8.
There's a theme there.
Well,
Jack.
no, trust me, after the third one, I had graduated to hard liquor.
Understood.
It helps. And Jack is just a dream. Is he? My little 8-year-old. He started kindergarten this year, so we're very
He's 8? Wow.
Yeah. Chick, take you back, doesn't
Yes, it does. Yeah.
That kid's huge.
Nothing like being 20 during your senior year in high school.
You're popular.
Yeah.
You can drive and
Drinking.
oh, yeah.
Okay. Drive your buddies around.
Yeah. So we're very proud of him. And my 17-year-old is problems are arising. And I'm seeing flags. Let's put it down. The other day, he walked in the house. He had pierced his bottom lip.
Ooh. Jeez.
And tried to hide it from me. It's like, you know what? Be a man. Own it. Mm-hmm. Don't hide it. And it's, it's like, hello, you got a spike sticking out your bottom lip.
Man up.
I might notice that at breakfast when Cheerios keep getting hung up on it. Yeah, my son, for his graduating class, now looks like a ring toss game. Okay? Yeah, he tries to hide it, and it's like, hey, Mom, I'm gonna go to my room, okay? And it's like, come here, what's the matter with you? Why are you talking? Come here. And I said, put your hand down. And it's like, oh, honey, what did you do? And I said, did that hurt going in? Did it hurt coming out?
Oh.
Hey, any holes be put in my kid's head, I'll do it. The problem is the kid he runs with. That's the bad influence. This kid has so many piercings, he looks like he was attacked by a nail gun, okay? Somebody from Home Depot did a drive-by on him. I mean, I call him Tackle Box.
Sounds attractive.
Oh, yeah. Gunner, you can take him fishing.
Really?
He's got a couple fish hooks right here.
Oh, yeah.
About 13 lures in his ear, a couple sinkers coming out of his nose.
It's convenient, yeah.
The kid can't even walk past my refrigerator without all the magnets going.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly
smooth.
Not smooth.
Oh, hey! That isn't Ed Septic. Who are you?
Hey, it's Turd Wrench Tina.
I Turd Wrench Tina.
With Some Bitch Ed's new t-shirts, I thought I'd come on here and tell you all about some of his other brainiac merchandising ideas.
I didn't know there was any more merch. What has he got?
Well, this is the failed merch, actually.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys remember the personalized penis plunger handle. It'd be a good idea to have people whittle out custom sex toys. And turns out that how long it took wasn't the biggest problem. There's actually no good way to get a splinter out your hoo-ha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's gotta be.
That hurts.
Yeah.
And then came the bejeweled toilet seat. I still call him the rhinestone ass boy for that one.
Ass boy.
Are you guys familiar with the squatty potty?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Well, Ed was ahead of his time on this one. He had that idea years ago.
Oh.
But he didn't think it'd take off because you can shove 2 Sixers and Natty Ice under your boots and it works just as well.
Yeah.
That is true.
I almost forgot. I've got some merch myself. I've got some signed nipple couplings. It makes a great stocking stuffer for any of the plumbers in your life.
All right. Don't get too excited, fellas. It sounds way sexier than it is.
Hey,
you were talking about all my failures. What about my deuce on a spruce? Oh, my gosh. We sold tens of them last Christmas.
What about your T-shirts, Ed? Your T-shirts.
No, we're still paying on 2 storage lockers full of these deuces on spruce.
Yeah, deuce on a spruce goes for $99.99 plus $99.99 shipping and handling.
Or I'll trade you for a set of hubcaps for a Dodge Dart.
Yeah, 2013 or better. You know what? The best bet, Tina, show them.
Right here.
Show them, Turd.
Yeah.
The Ed Septic T-shirt. Yeah, you can buy them at www.bobandtom.com. Remember, I'll always bang your pipes, not your wife.
I'll bang your wife.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Did you see Turd Wrench Tina's hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, TWT.
Yeah, maybe start selling those.
Huh.
I've had people ask.
Did you hear Ed call her? He just calls her Turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him, Turd.
Yeah, tell him, Turd.
Sweet little nickname. Yeah, hi, it's Tom from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand. Surgery on Friday. Sorry, your surgeon won't be there. That's all coming up. Well, thank you very much. Oh, I appreciate it.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Oh, listen to this, Tom. Are you ready?
The Rifleman.
Oh,
that's right.
One of the cooler intros of all time, right?
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. Very much so. Oh, he could work that rifle.
He really could work
That's why they
that
called
rifle.
him
The rifle.
the Rifleman.
It wasn't his last name?
No.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
Lucas
Lucas McCain.
McCain. Yeah.
And then we mentioned that because our guest in the studio is a singer and songwriter, Edwin McCain. No relation.
You don't have to explain the last
No relation to the
thing.
lantern-jawed Chuck Connors.
Appeared in a porno movie.
I was going to say,
Famously?
alternate
That was the
lifestyle.
rumor.
Was it
That was a
gay?
rumor.
What?
Yeah.
Alternate lifestyle adult cinema.
Is that true?
Pre-rifleman. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And,
Chuck Connors was in a gay porno.
Yep.
and Johnny, what was it? Crawford, I
Yeah.
would say. If that was his, I think he was in adult cinema.
He starred in the Playboy magazine made a movie called the Desmond Morris book, The Naked Ape. And they tried to make it into a movie. Remember how Woody Allen made a very funny movie out of that book, Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask. Very funny movie. They thought they could do it with The Naked Ape. It didn't work out.
Wow.
There was a naked man in it.
Was it Johnny Crawford?
Yeah.
Did he have his rifle out?
More like a Derringer. I think I've this. Yeah.
That's not a choice for Johnny.
Yeah. We're gonna get a song out of Edwin in just a second. Edwin, excuse me, but we have one more story from Christy Lee, I understand.
Oh, we do?
What do you got over there?
What would you like? A California man who tried to evade arrest by jumping into a lake with an underwater scooter pleaded guilty to fraud and other charges. Prosecutors said Mr. Matthew Piercy solicited $35 million from investors and used the money for various personal and business expenses.
Oh, sweet Percy.
Mr. Percy led authorities on a chase before jumping into Lake Shasta.
Isn't that Cinderella, Stephen Piercy, one of those bad bands?
That would be Rat.
Rat.
Yeah.
With two T's.
Yes.
Rat. R-A-T-T.
Mr. Piercy jumped into Lake Shasta on a Yamaha 350 Li underwater submersible
a lake
device.
of orange soda.
I want a lake. I want a Shasta.
He emerged 20 minutes later and was arrested. The 48-year-old now faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison for each wire fraud, mail fraud, witness tampering, and money laundering count. So he's going away for a while.
I had never seen one of these.
I haven't either.
Is it similar to the James Bond sort of diving?
It kind of.
sled?
It looks like it's pulling you.
Yeah.
So it looks like sort of a small sea-doo, but it's you're swimming behind it and it's pulling you. This one here is $3,600.
Pretty cool.
So the problem with trying to escape on that thing is you eventually have to come up for air, right?
Exactly. He couldn't hold his breath for 20 minutes.
No.
Tom Cruise can.
Yeah, Mission Impossible coming out this week.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you get 50 cents for that?
I wish.
I got $38 for saying it. Tom Cruise.
Now, joining us in the studio, a man who's going to be going out on tour with the band Train coming up starting in August. Look for him at a venue near you. He is Edwin McCain, very fine singer and songwriter. And I understand we're going to get two songs today. One of them is of a comic nature.
Yeah, a friend of mine wrote this song, and we've been doing a studio version of it. And I called him yesterday. I was like, "Hey, can I play this on the Bob and Tom show?" He was like, "Absolutely." So yeah,
This is not it.
This is not the one.
Okay, good.
This is the title track off of my album Lucky that just went aluminum
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Very, very proud.
That's
very
exciting.
proud.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, I was high as gasoline. Now, maybe I'm more like last year's kerosene, but I still burn. I still burn. You walked away, there was still a little left, making me feel like a half-smoked cigarette, but I learned. Yeah, I learned. Don't go chasing a memory, that's just your past dressed up like your destiny. You're better off pressing on, letting it be. Don't go chasing a memory. You were the girl in every song, and in my mind, the one that can do no wrong. That image of you is never gone from my mind. Don't go chasing a memory, that's just your past dressed up like your destiny. You're better off pressing on, letting it be. Chasing a memory. To catch it now would never be the same. I'm leaving you in that untouchable frame. Don't go chasing a memory, that's just your past dressed up like your destiny. You're better off pressing on, letting it be. Don't go chasing, don't go chasing, don't go chasing a memory. That's just your past dressed up like your destiny. You're better off pressing on, letting it be. Don't go chasing a memory.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Edwin McCain, and from the new project called Lucky. Do you have to explain to your wife sometimes that this is a song about you, or this is a song and I fantasized about this, or is there ever anything?
There were a couple of ones that were not so nice.
Yeah.
That made for some tense car rides. Yeah.
Oh, like who are you
And
singing
I'll tell you
about?
this. I'll tell you this. You really want to sleep on the couch for a month, write a song about an ex-girlfriend.
Pat, you want to take this?
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, it's easy to confuse the writer with the narrator. And I think that happens probably too often with music.
No, and to be fair, my wife has been amazing at knowing when to ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
She's learned to, like, just to not pay any attention to me.
Does she have a favorite song of yours?
I think there's one called "Couldn't Love You More If I Tried" that I wrote for her, and she likes that one.
Okay.
Aw.
Now, if you played that for my little girl, which we did last night, is she after 5 seconds going to go next?
I mean, maybe. I think Hart would like that song. I think it also depends on how long we made her sit at the dinner table, because she was pretty much over it.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
Did she like the hit?
Yes, she did. Like "I'll Be" was approved.
We should point this out again. Edwin just took his phone and played. She wasn't familiar with his work at all, so he'd play little snippets, and she would give thumbs up, thumbs down instantly. Yeah. "I'll Be" about 10 seconds in, she go, "Oh, I like that one." So,
yeah,
but it's which is actually sort of like back in the day. We've all sat in those meetings.
Oh yeah.
You know, where they did the music meeting, they'd call them,
Yes.
and they'd play new records, and you'd go, well. And you know, it's really depressing if you're an artist knowing that someone gave your song 5 seconds before going next.
You want to talk about an anxiety dream? My anxiety dream is when I have to bring the new record in and play it for the executives at the record company in a boardroom on the worst stereo system in the history of man. Yeah, those are and everybody's just sitting there looking at each other going, "Is this really what we're doing today?"
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'd say it's horrible.
Even with your friends, if you've got a song you really like, you can't play it for them and just sit there staring at them. You've always got to kind of, hey, listen to this on your own time, see if you like it or not.
Didn't they do that on American Bandstand, that rate a record thing or whatever, and they'd only play...
Remember when Cheech and Chong showed up and they rated the record? And Chong said, we give it a 69 because it sucks.
See the wheels, see the big fat funky wheels. Was that the song?
I think it might have been.
Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk. We're going to get another song out of Edwin momentarily, but what have you got over there?
A new report out there reveals why a Lufthansa flight to Spain was briefly without a pilot. The report says the aircraft flew for around 10 minutes without anyone in command. What do you say about that, Josh?
It's fine. They're mostly just one or two buttons to
Well,
play.
he just didn't get up and walk away.
After the co-pilot fainted while the captain was in the bathroom. The aircraft continued flying on autopilot until the captain returned to the cockpit and made an unplanned landing in Madrid, where his colleague was taken to the hospital.
So he's gone for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in the seat is passed out.
Yeah, well, I wonder why that guy fainted.
Oh, I can tell you. It was a result of a seizure disorder caused by a neurological condition.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, then you can't be a pilot.
Right.
But
wow.
Also, I mean, apparently the main pilot was dropping a deuce. I mean, he's gone for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he got a cup of coffee flirting with a flight attendant. You don't know.
Maybe he had to finish Wordle. Sometimes it can be tough.
The airline industry, they need like a PR kick in the pants, right?
Yep.
Why don't they bring back the autopilot inflatable from airplane? Just have him auto. Yeah, have him float up every now and then and take a picture of it. And
I think Julie Haggerty looked at the Zuckers and went, wait a minute now. the nozzle for this.
Is where?
It's on his belt line. Is that right?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up there. That's such a great scene. You like gladiator movies? But that's kind of scary. You don't think so?
Yes, of course it is. Of course, yeah. But, I mean, you don't bother to alert the passengers, right?
Well, no.
They had to land the plane.
Right.
You don't want to cause hysteria.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how do you get the pilot out of the bathroom? Wouldn't you, if you were a stewardess? Hey, if you're in the bathroom, the co-pilot's passed out, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I don't think they knew that he passed out till the captain went back in there.
Yeah, he's trying to knock on the door and he wouldn't open the door. And he was having to dig through the manual to try to find the emergency code to get back in the door. That wasn't working.
Did you? It says he tried entering the regular door with the code, which triggers a buzzer in the cockpit. The co-pilot can open the door. He was unable to enter.
Oh, well, at least the safety measures work.
Then he tried using an onboard telephone.
You know what the code was? ICU 812.
You devil.
Well, we're to come back with another song from Edwin McCain, the very fine singer and songwriter. We also have news. What kind of a teaser can you give me here, Krista?
We got a guy sailing from Oregon to Hawaii with a cat who's turned into a social media star.
A cat.
Yeah.
That'll taste real nice about halfway, won't it?
There's a McDonald's in Virginia that is 21 and over now for indoor dining.
Oh, really?
Why?
McDonald's after dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald comes out in a smoking jacket.
How's it going?
Hey, we're having a party. Want to come in?
I'm the mayor.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
It's Donnie Baker. It's come to my knowledge and attention that some dick named Scott Potasniks Potsickers, whatever his last name is, has been bragging about going behind the scenes. Well, I got a backstage I had a backstage I'm allowed in here. This is a recording studio where Bob and Tom do a lot of their stuff. It's called the Static Shack. I swear to God, man, look at this right here. Spiral staircase. I mean, this is as close as I'll ever come to visiting Graceland. Man, the fact remains they've got everything here. Look at this. They got twin towers. That's what I call them. One commode next door to another commode. I swear to God, you could drop a deuce and play Battleship. This right here is the actual behind the scenes of the Bob and Tom store. I bet you didn't know they had a store. They have to. It's state law. And if you buy stuff from bobandtom.com, you have to get it here. All kinds of tapes, countless tapes. Even got a computer, and look, mobile staircase on wheels. You can make your own Paula Abdul videos. They even got Donnie Baker tapes. I swear to God they do. This one's mine. Prove it. And I don't care if there's a barcode. Don't fit. Yeah, man, there's more halls here than Al Capone's vaults from during medieval times. Matter of fact, somebody's in here working. Hey, man, I got a backstage pass. PJ Yingers does a bunch of the artwork on the Bob and Tom albums and stuff. And he don't care. We come in here, sit on the couch and everything. Now, I swear to God he does. I'm allowed in here. And if we chit-chat and do all... And what are you going to do about... Man, they've got everything here. This is basically Bob and Tom's Hall of Fame. You can see the Bob and Tom band, and obviously you can tell Bob's a big fan of the Beatles. There's so much in here. This is going way back. This is basically Bob and Tom's version of the History Channel. Archival tapes back before AM was even a band. I swear to God, I've looked for my roots in here. It's a lot better than Ancestry.com. Matter of fact, I got a membership and a password, and when I uploaded my picture, they transferred me to Ancestries.com. Explain that, chick. Come down here. Tell me this ain't badass. Bob and Tom got their very own strobe light. I got one too, but I still got 6 more payments at Spencer's. But there is probably the best place in the entire recording studio to shoot a porno, right here in this hallway. And with the strobe light, you can make the good ones. Anal. What's in here? I think this goes right into... Oh, hey, it's Alan Jackson. He's the recording master here at the Static Shack, bragging about how he has Dolby sound and bass, whatever.
Funny.
I got better on Pioneer speakers. He probably makes $400,000 a year just sitting there.
Again?
Huh?
Look, I told you I need at least a 5.5-week notice before you show up.
Them faders need WD-40, and they're supposed to be even. I swear to God they are.
Well, some people call them faders. I call them sliders.
Those will give you farts. I swear to God they will. Alan Jackson.
Get it, Donnie. We're busy.
Okay, whatever. Prove it. Well, we basically reached the focus point of this entire tour. This is where it happens. Right here. These are real drums. This is where bands come in to record acid rock tapes. You can name them all. Most of my bands, Dirt Knuckle, Hood Snot, Mucus Plug, but that was during our Christian rock days. But you can tell, real pine wood recording panels. They've even got soundproof herpes. There's everything in here. And this is where the music is made. And this room here, this is, I don't know what this is, but it basically reminds me of every haunted house I've ever been to. Watch your step. Watch your step. All right, now you've seen the bands. This is where some of the radio stuff happens. Come on in here. This is where Bob and Tom behind the scenes types do a lot of their funny skits. I swear to God.
Tom, I built myself a shelter out of plankton and chicken bones.
Oh, it's the Mr. Obvious show. I love you guys.
No,
Which one's Mr. Obvious? Are you the caller? Or?
No, it's Sid and Bart.
Yeah.
Wait, you're the dick on the news that...
No.
Say Fox 59.
I'm not going to do that, Fox 59.
This is a guy that knows the Powerball numbers. I swear to God he does. I could hold you for ransom.
Yeah, we're security.
I'll manipulate it.
Yeah.
Now we're at the epicenter of this stupid place. This is Tom Griswold's office, bragging about I went to an Ivy League college, and it really ain't that big. Hell, my boss Randy's got a bigger office than this. Look. Got aluminum siding for walls. All these stupid pictures that he thinks are cool. Anybody can own a cartoon. And look, I'm glad to see Tom saved up to get Liberace's jacket. I'll say it right to his face. I swear to God, man.
I just ran into Donnie Baker in the parking lot. He said he was giving a tour of the Static Shack.
Yeah, and the dumbass didn't even go into the main studio.
You know we don't let Donnie into the main studio. Besides, I've got a session for Tom in a few minutes with 6 oboe players.
Now, your kids are, what, 11 is your son, right?
Yes, correct.
How old's your daughter?
6.
6. Okay, great.
Yeah,
She still gets away with stuff, probably. 6 years old.
She's so funny that I just refuse to punish her for anything.
Right.
She came up from kindergarten one day and she goes, "Dad, Stacy and I were playing catch and she hit me right in the balls." She only has an older brother. She's only heard that area referred to as that. A good dad would tell her that she's wrong. I am not going to do that. I have chosen to use that to my advantage. She'll be on her first date making out with some dude and she'll be like, "Touch my ball." Guess who's done making out? Until at least college, because now everyone in high school thinks she has balls. Thanks, Facebook.
Best daddy. Come on.
Tickets and race tickets, etc. And the race, by the way, will be broadcast live as it happens locally. The blackout lifted.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show at the Silac Insurance News Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. I'm Chick. Here's Tom with our special guest.
Joining us in the studio, he is a singer. He is a songwriter. His name is Edwin McCain, no relation to Lucas or Mucus McCain, for that matter. Remember that joke when you were a kid?
No.
What's green and carries a rifle? Mucus McCain? No, just me? Okay, good.
That sounds
You
like
lived in a different time, my friend.
joke that would come out of an all-boys school.
Yeah, it was lonely.
I feel like my band just got their new nickname for me, and I'm angry at you, Tom.
Here comes old Mucus.
I see. But Edwin joins us in the studio. If you Google Edwin, you pop up. You're number one.
Yeah.
That nice to know?
That's how bad that name is.
Not bad.
The rest, if you Google Christy, isn't Christy Lee a stripper in Vegas?
Well, there's that, and then there was somebody on American Idol, I think, with that name. Let's see.
There's only one Chick McGee.
Oh, no, I came right up. But then again, it's on my computer, so probably
so it knows.
Tom, are you a fan of Ed Wynn?
Yes, very much. Very much.
He had the thick way of speaking, didn't he? Yeah. Super duper.
And wasn't the great actor Keenan Wynn his son?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe it was, yeah.
He was great. Always pissed about something.
Keenan Wynn was?
Yeah. Always angry. Now, it's time for we're going to debut this song from Edwin, and it is about what?
I'm not going to tell you. So, you know how songs take you on a journey and you have to kind of figure out what they're about? This is one of those songs. And my friend David Tolliver and Johnny Bulford wrote this. And you just follow along.
All right.
An Asian angel came with much karate game and an awesome Okinawa name, Miyagi. He was a simple Jersey boy, taken from his Jersey home to a place where he was all alone.
The beautiful voice of Edwin McCain tackling an unusual topic.
Yeah.
That was
Karate
great.
Kid.
The Karate Kid.
The Ballad of Mr. Miyagi.
Yes.
It's a Gen X anthem.
Yes, it is.
Oh, gosh, yes.
New movie coming out this summer.
Really?
I enjoyed the show, Cobra Kai. Yeah.
That show was awesome.
It
wasn't
was
it?
awesome. Thank you. Yes.
What's the new movie?
like Karate Kid Legends or something in Ralph Macchio. Yeah, bad, you're right.
You know,
what's it called?
We like you to finish words. Funny how half a word sometimes can really get you in trouble.
It's happened to me before. I understand.
What's funny about it is the person who says half the word doesn't realize what they've done until
Yeah,
I laugh at you.
And the pros would ignore it. You see,
I'm a pro.
Chick sent me a very funny one last week with a newscaster where he. Remember the one with Leon Bibb?
I'd rather not.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, it's something else.
Thank you very much. Hey, there's nothing funnier though when the newscasters do it though.
Oh,
They've got to be so straight.
Right.
And then when they slip, it can be extraordinarily awkward. Once again, Edwin McCain on tour this summer with Train, and not starting until August.
No.
You got a lot of downtime. What are you going to do?
Oh, we got some pickup dates here and there. We're running around just doing the thing. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, plus I'm still raising teenagers, so there's plenty to do.
Yeah. And once again, I mentioned this earlier. I'll mention it again. Had the pleasure of going to a graduation ceremony yesterday. And for those of you that have been to one recently,
Daughter's graduation.
What a shade of diploma.
it's nice. I love this song.
They actually play it.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, but they do this thing.
Did they play it like that or better?
That's not any other version. It's an organ.
The version that I have is from an old tape. What's it called when it like wows and flutters?
Wows
and
and
goes, yeah. But they always do this thing when they finally get to the diploma passing around thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they read everybody's name. They always say the same thing. Please hold your applause. So I don't know if that's a law or something, and it never happens.
No, you want to celebrate the graduate.
Right.
Yeah, and I had the king of celebrating was sitting in front of me, literally 2 minutes into the thing. He goes, "We love you." So
it was an accent, did he?
Well, he was. Never mind. He was.
Oh, you said never mind.
Pacific Rim area.
What about the gentleman with the phone you saw?
That was the same guy.
Same guy.
Yes, he was.
He started yelling before his son or daughter's name was even called.
Yeah, but
that guy walked up and Tom's eyes never left him.
Oh, no, never. Did you even see her get her to?
Have you ever seen anybody text in with the keyboard for some of these Asian languages? I've never seen fingers move so fast.
What did he yell again?
I love you.
No. Yeah. What are you? That's 100% your fault.
More than once.
I got nothing.
Which is nice. And I'm just saying that's fine. Just don't tell everybody not to do it because they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, they have to say.
They have to say that, I guess. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does it bother you so much? It takes up 1 second of your time.
No, I want people to go shout and clap for each individual kid. That's fine.
Did you shout and clap for Sally? Did you?
I'm cool.
Are you? Have a big sign.
Look,
Did you miss
you're
it?
a lot of things, but
Were you looking at your phone and missed it?
cool is not on the list.
Are you doing Wordle and
Taking pictures of a non-white.
No, he's right here in front of me.
Yeah, I swear. Look, I can't believe it.
You can't believe this guy. And he's speaking a different language. Got a different phone.
I never.
And for those of you who have students that are getting their GED, please hold your disappointment until they've all received their diplomas in the mail.
Nothing wrong with the GED.
People getting a GED.
Until they get their diploma in the mail.
You're a horrible person.
What kind of reunion do they have?
They laugh, 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 laugh.
Hey, we've never met. We had the same teacher in the mail. How are you?
Well, I celebrate all GED.
No, I don't. No, I'm just saying. I think it's fine to cheer for your kids, but this charade, everyone I've been to in the last 20 years, it's always please hold your applause. So it doesn't happen.
Does it?
So what?
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Why bother? Why not say give it up for?
Sure, they can't
hang on, I'll take this. Give it up for who, Tom?
James.
Was it who?
Was it Bill?
Was it Timothy?
Bob and Tom email inbox is full.
It's been full a lot lately.
Oh, sorry. Oh, look.
You could have been
Hey, look at the
listening
time.
to your Raycon earbuds while you were at the ceremony.
No, it was great. I enjoyed it very much.
Okay. And Father's Day's coming up, Tom. Maybe with somebody.
We love you.
Get you a pair of Raycons for Father's Day.
God.
32-hour battery life with Raycons. You'll love them.
At least he hit the L.
And the multi-point connectivity compared to 2 devices at once. And Raycon's quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery. And they also come with active noise cancellation.
We could use some of that now.
And Raycon's everyday earbuds available in all the colors and a 30-day happiness guarantee.
Dear GED graduate, remember that day we got together the one time to take the test?
He loves this bit.
Get up to 15% off now at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's site-wide, Tom. 15% off.
Oh, that's
buyraycon.com.
I'm a big fan.
/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, we're going to hang out with Edwin McCain unless he chooses to leave.
You're going to go stand in the corner.
We're going to talk to Greg Warren when we come back.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Greg's new special is great. It's called The Champ.
And
it's
you
on
know-
Nate,
I thought
He was the
Nate
head
Land.
of HR.
And you know
That's
the
a meeting later.
Warren Report is sponsored by Champion Window.
All right. We're looking forward to it. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Do break the dating rules, according to Glamour magazine.
So have sex on the first date?
It says if you had a great time and want to call him first, go ahead.
No.
What?
No. I disagree with that.
Okay.
We have a new ringtone that I think is going to be available on the Bob and Tom website.
What does it sound like?
Is that right?
Play
That's
it.
what it sounds like. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not wearing panties.
There you go.
Oh, it must be my mom.
I'm not wearing panties.
Oh, Mom, come on.
I'm not wearing panties.
I can't answer
All right,
the
I got it. I'm not wearing panties.
Hold on, I'll get it. Hello?
Yes. Oh, electronics.
Oh, you
Isn't it
set
cool?
me right up.
It's all this cool digital stuff.
Fun.
Fell right in your trap, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, once again,
Oh,
Glamour.
wait a minute.
I'm not wearing panties.
And?
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Don't drink a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, yeah, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, because then
Hello?
you're going to break all the other rules.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
You're not going to be wearing panties, and you're going to be having sex on the first date. That's all.
Wow, is that what? Wow, do not give Christy a drink.
So,
God
in other
forbid you
words-
do what you want.
Yeah. So what you're saying is go to the bartender, give him $50.
Yeah.
And
And then you'll be calling him after.
You know what Han always says? Keep a drink in her hand.
There you go.
now, do you take phone calls when you're on a date?
Oh, yeah, I bet you do, because that exhibits it. You don't care.
No, I leave the phone in case the kids call. I leave the phone there.
You know,
but
it
I
might
don't
be an
take
emergency.
calls.
Oh, and if they call, they I guess they wouldn't have that ring. Sorry.
Oh, hang on.
I'm not wearing panties.
It's my kids. Hang on.
That would not be on her own phone.
Hang on just a second.
I'm not wearing
Oh,
panties.
it's my priest. Hang on just a second.
It is not. You wouldn't have it on your own phone.
I'm going back on vacation.
You know you should.
I'll be here
Oh, wait a
tomorrow.
minute.
I'm not wearing panties.
My mother. Hang on just a second.
Hold on a
Oh,
second.
that's not me. That's my phone. Chick stole my phone and put that on as
Yeah.
the ring. I'm getting punked right now. Okay. I've got tears in my eyes.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
Oh, wait a second.
I'll get that. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, I'd love to say we just landed, but I'm still driving.
Oh.
I know.
I know. Like I said yesterday, with all these spring breakers clogging up the airlines, I rented a car, making the most of my wizard number. But it's fair to say I've had my fill of zone 4 people. I know. I just crossed over into IL from IN, and for once I didn't have to do a touch-and-go at ORD first.
Oh, nice.
I'm at a truck stop, and like most road dogs, I had to re-up on my supply of sugar-free Celsius and veggie straws. And I'd be giving anything to be in the Sky Club about right now, but unfortunately, my rental car has a nail in the tire. Yeah, I got to find a place to get my tire fixed. Yeah. I'll take a bird strike any day over this, but this is really going to set me back. Mama Tom, hang on a sec. Let me ask this trucker if he knows a place to get my flat fixed around here.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I found myself in a predicament. My right front is low. Picked up a nail. Would you happen to know a reputable tire place around these parts? Oh, you've definitely got yourself a flat there. That's going to turn into a roll down again. Hardly won't attend to it. That's why I roll on Goodyear tires. I don't use those commie brands. I wouldn't put those on a moped, but if you can make it up to Pete's Tire Center, you're only 2 miles away. I think it sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to find Pete's. What you want to do is take a left out of here. You're going to go maybe a mile and a half on the south side of the road. You're going to see a sign for Joe Gin Spa. Now, if you can't make it all the way to Pete's, be sure to stop in there. Hey, Todd, I've got to take this. I got to call on my burner. They may not fix your flat at Joe Gin's, but you're going to feel like they did. Here, I've got a gift card that's got $40 left on it. I haven't been in almost a year on account of my cholesterol being what it is. When you get there, ask for Lou. Tell her you'll pass on the table shine, but you still wanted to take a look at your undercarriage. Hey, gang, looks like this might take a while. Let's circle back and reload for tomorrow. We just landed.
Okay, thanks.
I'm right here. My God.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. For those of you who bet we wouldn't be back, here we are. There's Christy Lee and Josh Arnold, Pat Godwin, Ace Cosby. Where you're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. And Tom, we have a special guest.
Joining us in the studio. He's a singer. He's a songwriter. He is Edwin McCain. He's hanging out with us. We'll talk with Edwin momentarily. Right now, we're going to switch to the satellite where we have one of the stars of Nateland on YouTube. It's the great comedian Greg Warren, whose new special on YouTube on Nateland is called The Champ. Hello, Greg.
Hey, Tom. Hey, guys. How's everybody doing?
Hi, Greg.
Well, Greg, congratulations on the terrific new special.
Thanks, buddy. We went through 2 audio engineers mixing it, and the first one, there was a little too much like table talk on it, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and the guy was like, well, what are you talking about? Like, well, for instance, right there, somebody goes, yeah, that's funny. I was like, that's Josh Arnold. I know who that is. I go, that's Josh Arnold. I can hear people in the audience, and I know who they are. Yeah.
And I just, at one point, I just said, oh, that's funny.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, that's what comedians do. They don't laugh. They just kind of like, and the tone is more like, I wish I'd said that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's a good piece of business right there.
Yeah, it was something like that, chick.
Yeah.
It was more like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Are you home?
No.
Oh, that's
okay. Because I was going to say I see a towel hanging from the doorway. That looks like a hotel room there.
That is
straighten up a little more.
That's
I'm in a Hilton Garden Inn.
The most giant headboard I've ever seen on a bed, or maybe it's the.
I think it's. No, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
It's a giant headboard. I asked for those.
The angle. All right. Well, they certainly came through for you.
I think you need some more bottles of water too. Mike.
You're not hydrating enough.
I'm happy to see it, Greg. You got to stay hydrated.
I peak
Thanks,
clear.
Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, Christy. Those are predominantly Evian
Yeah,
bottles
they
of
are.
water.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Now that you got that special, you're all
Only the best.
Money.
That's Nateland money right
Yeah,
there,
there
guys.
you go.
By the way, you owe me $20, pal. Okay.
Is that for your joke in my special?
No, it's just in general. Like 20 years ago,
okay.
I loaned you $20.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Once again, Greg Warren's new stand-up comedy special is terrific, and it's on Nateland on YouTube, and it's called The Champ. And if it's squeaky clean and great, really funny. So I highly recommend it when you get a chance. Give it a.
Did Hart give it a thumbs up?
Yeah, leave a comment. You can even say something negative. I don't care.
Now, I saw some video of you over the weekend at some sort of wrestling. You were standing in front of two naked men wrestling and portrayed in granite. Is that right? Am I close to what you were looking at?
That was from earlier this past month. That was at the Louvre, Chick.
Oh, okay.
It's a famous wrestling statue, and I broke down the technique of this statue.
Yes, he did. He said, "This is the way I used to do this. This far more effective." He kept saying, "Yeah."
Yeah, the guy was working a move called the guillotine, which it's France, so it's fitting. It's a bit of a high school move, Chick. If you want to know.
Oh goodness.
It's not really a college move.
Is it legal?
Oh yeah, it's legal. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get in it in college. It's a high school.
I have a question. There's, of course, the famous illegal full Nelson and then the half Nelson. Yeah. Was there someone named Nelson that developed that?
I don't know that. That's a great question.
I would think with your years of wrestling in high school and college and a state champion, et cetera, you would have found that out.
Yeah, a two-time state champion, I do want to point out. But
two-timer. I call him a two-timer, Tom.
Yeah.
The deuce.
And you're not even allowed to mention anything about a state championship unless it's a two-timer.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one day, typically on this program.
You're talking to me like I'm a one-timer. And
I'm sorry.
That's disrespectful.
But he's one-timing you, man.
We should explain to Edwin on this show, Greg will do a deep dive into an unusual topic, say peanut butter, and he'll go deep. Perhaps you should go deep on the names of wrestling moves.
I could do that.
Are there any others that we would have heard of?
Nope, that's it.
Oh,
Nelson.
I mean, they vary regionally, Tom. I mean, say like a cow catcher, that's a different move in certain parts of the country. Yeah, some people,
that sounds like a sex move.
Or the rusty gate. Oh, wait, no, that's lacrosse.
I don't think Listen, Ed, when I know, you're a rock star, you guys have different experiences on the road than comedians do.
Our hotel rooms are cleaner.
I don't know all these sex moves,
All these sex moves.
Now, have you chosen a topic to go do a deep dive in today?
I did, Tom. I wanted to discuss today the history of wiffle ball.
Oh,
yes.
I love wiffle ball.
I'm with you, Chick. One of my all-time favorite activities.
So do I, guys. And you have David Mullany to thank for that, a former semi-pro pitcher. A lot of those old guys will say, like, I was a semi-pro, what is that? Were you in the minor leagues or not? It just sounds a little bit phony to me. But this guy, Mr. Gertner, he was my neighbor when I was growing up, and he said he played semi-pro baseball. He said he also played semi-pro tennis, semi-pro basketball, and semi-pro hockey. So it's one of those things like the more he said, the less I believed him. He also he was a good guy, but he had a lot of advice. My friend Ted Ruger and I, one time, my dad told us to cut the lawn, and we thought it'd be funny to carve a curse word into the lawn.
That is funny.
And Mr. Gertner came by and he's like, "You guys you're cutting the wrong all wrong. You got to go like he didn't understand what we were doing." He's like, "You go in rows. You don't go in this running around." You're like, he didn't see the swear word that we had said.
What did it start with?
F.
Oh, the big one.
Oh, man.
Nice.
You really went all out.
Perfect.
Yeah, we were idiots.
So once you got the lawn mowed, is that where you played wiffle ball?
We did play some wiffle ball back there, Chick, and those they got pretty. And thanks for that transition, buddy.
I do what
you guys are professional. Yeah. We played quite a bit of wiffle ball, and it got very emotional. It's a very emotional game.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
It is, man.
There's highs and lows.
Did you have the lawn chair as the umpire, right?
Oh, it's the strike zone. Yeah, you
Strike
gotta hit
zone?
the,
Yeah, right.
No, we didn't think of that, but that's a good idea. We hired an umpire at one point. Rob Wetzel had to come down and umpire for us.
Whoa.
Yeah, we paid him like $3. Yeah.
Well, nice.
Robbie needs the money.
He quit in the fourth inning. We got yelled at way too much.
Come on, Wetzel.
Yeah. It was invented, patented in 1957. David had a son, and his son was out playing. He was playing ball. They had a broomstick and a plastic golf ball, and they were also trying to throw a curveball. And David, as a supposed semi-pro pitcher, knew that when kids throw a curveball, that's the easiest way to hurt your arm. So he was like, I'm going to try to find a ball that will curve easily. He was also out of work at the time. And he had a buddy. This is crazy. He had a buddy that worked at the Colt Firearms Company. Now, Colt Firearms, when they weren't making guns, they were making packages for Cody perfume.
Really?
You want to talk about diversification?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were making packages, and the package was like a ball. It was like a white plastic ball that they put the perfume in. So he's got his buddy to give him a bunch of these packages.
Weird.
Luckily, his buddy, for all of us, was not a bricklayer.
Yeah.
So he started fooling around with making a wiffle ball, and that's how he made the wiffle ball. Now, when they are manufactured, there's two halves, guys. You have the half with the holes in it,
right,
and the half without the holes in it, and they fuse them together. I suspect there's quite a bit of rivalry between those two sides of the business over there at wiffle ball.
Where'd the name come from?
Well, from whiffing, striking out, whiffing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't want to go up there and whiff, Tom. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you think the guys who make the solid half, have some kind of beef with the
Swiss cheese half?
I think it's the other way around, Josh. The other guys are doing a lot more work.
Yeah.
Those guys are like, you're over there on non-hole side. You guys knocking off at noon every day, and you're getting paid the same.
Getting paid the same.
They make
or maybe it's a situation of like, hey, man, you're doing good work over here. I like what I see. You keep it up. We're going to put you on holes.
Very nice. Right. If you're just joining us, hello. Once again, we're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. With us in the studio, singer-songwriter Edwin McCain, and we're speaking via satellite to comedian Greg Warren. Greg's new comedy special is called The Champ. It's on Nateland TV, Nate Bargatze's network. It's terrific. It's family-friendly. If you've ever been in any sporting event or your kids have been, you want to hear Greg's hunk about coaching, et cetera. So it's great stuff. But right now we're discussing the origins of wiffle ball. What else have we got?
Well, Tom, our boy David Mullany sold these things out of his car at first.
Was it just the balls, or did he have something to do with the bat as well?
Just the balls at first, Josh. The bat came like 3 years later.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of people going, boy, I wish I had something to hit this ball with?
So they were mostly stick ball, I guess.
Probably stick ball, or maybe even just maybe they played it with a wooden bat, really.
Yeah.
And Josh, I know you said you enjoyed wiffle ball, but you were in the sporting equipment business for a while. Did you guys look down on wiffle ball, or did you see them as a competitor over at Rawlings? Or
we didn't. We saw wiffle ball as a gateway to using Rawlings product. So we encouraged We encouraged wiffle ball so that eventually, those interested in baseball and stuff would start.
Encouraged. So, like financially encouraged? Is that what you're saying?
Hey. Look, some of us may have been. Not everything was on the level.
Did money change hands at any point between
Well,
you?
we don't like to say that. We like to say favors were done.
I'm just going to leave this right here.
Yeah.
Now, is there an off-brand wiffle ball, or does wiffle have a patent that's still out there?
Awful ball is not a very good product.
Well, it's right there in the name.
No, I'm not. I don't know. I would imagine there is. Yeah.
Well, they make plastic bat and ball. The ball is solid plastic. I mean, it's hollow inside, but there's no holes on it.
Yeah, I never played with that though. That seemed like that's not. You can't curve it.
No, you can't curve it at all.
You could crush it.
Yeah, it would go a long way.
Especially one of those giant big red bats.
Big red bats. Yeah.
That are comically large.
The torpedo bat of the plastic bat.
Make a good noise too.
I just heard the sound in my head.
Yes,
I heard it.
Boom. Yeah. Josh is a guy with brothers. If you were in the pool and you got hit in the back with a wiffle bat, which one hurt more, the big red one or the yellow one?
The yellow one.
Yeah, it did. It did hurt more. It's not going to hit the ball farther, but it hurt more when it hit your back.
Yeah.
They sold these things he sold them out of the trunk of his car, which, man, we've been through a lot of these reports, and, man, they were selling a lot of stuff out of the trunks of cars back then.
They sure were.
And it seems like you don't need to, you just say you sold it out of the car. We didn't think you were selling it out of the hood.
I don't like where this is going. I got a trunk load of my albums out there. What's the problem?
I'll take one, Edwin. I'm a big fan. Josh, pick me up one of those. I'll reimburse you. I'm a big fan, Ed. I'd love to have one. If you could sign it, that'd be great. What's sold out of the trunk of the car today, guys, besides Edward McCain albums?
Usually stolen TV sets, but you open up the box and it's full of bricks.
You know what, though? They tend to be a little bit more organized now. They'll take over like a corner of a busy street, and there'll be, blankets and all sorts of
Tide detergent is a big one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's a Procter & Gamble product. I'm going to have to look into that.
That's a fine product, but there is some black market Tide.
Do you still, to this day, Greg, wash your clothes in Tide?
I do.
Of course you do. It's too damn cold to wash them out, Tide.
You hear that, Greg?
You know that joke, Greg?
That joke is celebrating his high school graduation.
That's celebrating his 20th year entertainment.
that deserved a little more silence than it got.
No way. That's one of the greats.
Greg, is it considered uncool to use a mitt while playing wiffle ball?
Ken Allen and Greg Allen, they were, we had a league, the Allen boys, the River
Allen
boys, and
boys.
the Warren boys. Yeah, the Allen boys, they use gloves, which I don't know. I think it's a little silly, don't you guys think?
Absolutely.
In fact, it should. It eventually should be frowned upon completely.
Because those things can sting.
And this is coming from a guy who sold gloves.
Right.
That's an honorable man right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you when things changed for wiffle ball guys. 1959, F.W. Woolworth placed a giant order.
Oh, wow.
And that's when they built the factory.
Where'd they build the factory?
Shelton, Connecticut, Josh. It's still there. They've never made a wiffle ball outside the United States.
Really?
It's a U.S. Yeah, that's right.
That's why
man.
ESPN went there. Because the very first sport they covered was backyard wiffle.
They were covering some weird stuff early on, weren't
for
they?
sure. Yeah.
Believe me, I know. I worked it.
Did you really, Christy?
Arm wrestling,
Curling.
Don't you hear every now and then about some? I know a comedian who has like Wrigley Field recreated in his backyard for.
Oh yeah,
that's actually
I think
Rick Messina is a manager of a community.
Loggins and Messina. Yeah, right. That's right.
I think there's the guy named Rick Farrell made a replica of Fenway in Hanover, Massachusetts. They have the World Wiffle Ball Championship that started in Mishawaka, Indiana, by Jim Bodorf and Larry Grau. Cool. And that is still pretty much the premier championship. It's moved around several places. But they have new bats, guys, made from like aluminum, carbon fiber, fiberglass. The Moonshot bat is around $200 for a wiffle ball bat.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, they have, how many cuts, Chick, are in that ball? How many holes?
I'm going to say 6.
That's a good guess.
Josh?
8.
Pat?
I'm going to go with 6, too. Make it 5.
It's 8. It's 8
Oh, 8?
oblong.
Yeah.
Oblong cuts on the half of the ball. My buddy John Drexler in high school had an oblong head.
Yeah. I remember that. Football brain. Remember? That's what we called it.
Any holes in it?
No. He's he's a very handsome guy, but his head was slightly oblong.
That's hard to believe he was handsome.
I'm telling you, very handsome guy. Yeah, Chick, but it was just slightly oblong. Not like Herman Munster or something, but it was, yeah.
All right.
Well, in conclusion, I want you to be sure to watch Greg Warren's comedy special on Nateland Television on YouTube. It's great. It's clean, family-friendly, and if you've ever been involved in any kind of high school sports, et cetera, it's so funny. And you'll find it, as I mentioned, on Nateland TV. It's called The Champ with Greg Warren. Greg, always a great pleasure. Very funny stuff, as always.
Wait, we got to play wiffle ball soon.
And can you make the bed?
Man.
You make the bed next time you come?
I will. Sorry about that, guys.
Don't be.
My last point on wiffle ball, my favorite thing about that ball was when it came in the box, it was like a black and orange box, and it said a 2-word sentence with an exclamation point. It curves.
That's right. I remember that. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
That sounds like a porn move, right?
I had some underwear like that.
Yeah. And it did, too.
What's it called? Periodontis?
Peronis.
Peronis. Okay, it sounds like a sandwich. Thank you very much, Greg.
What happens is...
Bye, guys.
Staining his reputation right here on the show. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by our friends at the Silac Insurance Company. Christy Lee, of course, comes to you from the Silac Insurance News Desk. Stock market lately, up, down, up, down, up, down. You get the picture. It's, what do they call it? Volatility. You want to counter that when it's time to retire. You want steady check still coming in. That's where annuities come in. And the Silac Insurance Company, of course, known to be the experts in the world of annuities. So find out what it's all about. See if the restrictions apply to you or not. If you're eligible, you won't be stressing about retirement money coming up with an annuity. So here's what I'm talking about. First of all, you can't outlive your money. So see exactly what a Silac annuity can do for you. To learn more, you just go to silacins.com, and that's SILAC, silacins.com. Another easy way to find out just some information, go to your phone and call pound 250, and then say the keywords lifetime income. That's pound 250. Find out about having a paycheck that's still coming when you retire. Once again, call pound 250 and say lifetime income. Or go to bobandtom.com. We've got a link for you. An annuity from the Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it. Live on it. What's coming up, Christy Lee?
Coming up, we have a guy and his cat sailing from Oregon to Hawaii. We have that attraction in China that lets you rest 320 feet over a cliff. I mean, it's on a bed, a mattress, whatever you want to call it. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I could never do
Yeah.
it. Can you do the thing in Chicago where you lean out?
I did it.
Really?
It was terrifying.
Oh, no, thank you. Also,
And we have parrots in a boot.
what?
Parrots hidden in a boot.
Okay, we'll find out about that. We're hanging out with Edwin McCain, singer and songwriter, and we'll be right back. This is the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
breakup with your brewer, switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
The night before the 500 in the 60s and 70s really made Sodom and Gomorrah look like a retirement community. I mean, Georgetown Road, the Coke Lot, oh my gosh. The Snake Pit, the stories of the old Snake Pit. I remember seeing packs of Indiana State Troopers in packs of 15 to 20 walking, trying to regain some sort of semblance of humanity in that first turn Snake Pit. I mean, throwing girls up on blankets and drinking and motorcycles and setting cars on fire and setting sofas on fire and it was just unbelievable. How more people didn't get killed in there every year, I have no idea. But that was a lot of people's introduction to the Indianapolis 500 was as you're a young kid going in there and you party, and who won what? There's a race, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at that. And then, next year, and then, wow, look, hey, who, what, Hurtubise? Well, I better get out. So then all of a sudden you buy it. So that was your introduction. Now you're buying tickets, and then your girlfriend, now your wife, all of a sudden your kids, you're introducing them. It just grew. That's how a lot of people were introduced to it.
When you become the Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, which one is it, more or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So, for clarity's sake, Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal.
Yeah! More or less. Get it? More or less.
Woo! Party! Oh, okay, let's settle down. Because now, here's where I tell you how to become a Bob and Tom VIP. First, click on the link at bobandtom.com. Then, you'll figure it out.
Well, Dan Weldon was the Lionheart was the 2005 and 2011 Indy 500 winner, and he was just such a personable person. And one of my favorite moments was after the 2005 500. In 2006, we come back, and I remember interviewing him and him talking about the effect of going back to his hometown in Emberton, England, and the reaction that he got being the Indy 500 champion, and how much that meant to him. I could tell when Juan Pablo Montoya, I don't mean to any disrespect, but when he won the race in 2000, I don't think he realized what he had done. It didn't mean that big a deal to him. And when he won in 15, I think it did. But in 2000, I don't think it meant that much to him. But to see Weldon's passion, and to see him with his kids when they were very, very little in the garage area, and just his confidence in August, after he won the race in May of 11, and then in August, they had announced that big race that they were going to do in Vegas in October, and this was August, and he was back doing PR for that event during the Brickyard, and I saw him in the media center. I did a last interview with him, about does it ever get old? Oh, no, it doesn't get old winning the Indy 500 and how important it was to him. But just his passion, how deep he felt about that. Mark Dismore, who was an IndyCar driver, owns a Newcastle Motorsports Park out in Newcastle, Indiana. It's an outdoor, it's like a European karting track and facility. And Weldon had a kart out there and was out there all the time running, and just here's a two-time Indy winner just hanging out, running his go-kart, his shifter kart, but he just loved it. And he just loved being a part of it. And, when you see the stuff of him pouring the milk on himself and laying on the bricks, and his passion just shone through, and his love and his realization of what that place meant. and just carrying that mantle as an Indy 500 champion everywhere he went.
Hi, this is Christy Lee from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com. Check out the list for a station near you or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
The All-American or the
Lost Boys?
the Lost Boys of Speedway.
Vampires.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be playing their songs.
And
All-American region.
That's Carb Day.
My sweet baby. Gee. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chickster.
There's Ace Cosby. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello, Tom. We have a special guest.
Joining us in the studio, he is a singer, a songwriter, Edwin McCain. Featured a couple of tunes, and the new one, you kind of debuted that one. What is the title of that?
That's called "Don't Go Chasing a Memory." It's on the new album Lucky.
And then what was the second one you played? What's the title of that one? Does it have a title yet?
Miyagi.
That kind of gives you a little bit of a hint as to what it might be about. But you sang it beautifully.
It's such a great song. We've been having such a good time.
Do you ever get asked to do commercials?
I have. I used to do a lot of stuff for NASCAR, do some voiceover stuff for them, and do some jingle stuff and NFL, and those are fun because you don't have to. You already know what they want, so you just have to deliver. It's fine. It's like when you're walking in to the blank sheet of paper. All right, what am I writing about today? That's the terrifying moment.
So you're doing a commercial for whatever, wiffle balls or hot dogs.
I would happily do wiffle ball jingles. In fact, let's get to work on that this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Didn't you do some jingles in the 90s?
I sang Denny's commercials under a pseudonym secretly because a friend of mine had an ad agency where he did commercials for Denny's, and I was under contract with Atlantic, and they would have killed me if they had known I was doing Denny's commercials. So I just went in there and changed my voice up a little bit and sang, Denny's has skillets for breakfast.
Nice.
Serve them all the time. Yeah.
Wow.
That was me.
Have they ever asked you to take one of your real songs and turn it into a commercial?
I have been waiting for years for one of the car companies to take my song and do Greatest Van of Your Life. But
that's nice.
No one has taken me up on it. I'm like, how? Toyota, how?
What are the options? What else rhymes with fan, man? Oh, tan.
Oh, Greatest
there you
Tan
go.
of
You could
Your
do
Life.
100%. Hawaiian Tropic.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It'll be can you sing it'll instead of all?
Sure.
Can you give us a sample? How would that sound?
I'll be your crying shoulder. No. Wait.
I'll be
the sun on your
browning your shoulder.
Sun on your shoulder.
Oh, that's good.
I'll be the greatest tan of your life.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'd only want 10% for the idea.
Leaving money.
I'll have a fiber-rich cereal.
There you go.
I'll be the greatest brand of your. Oh my gosh!
I think it does that cheapens it a little bit.
It writes itself. It writes itself. Really.
But now, what kind of money is it going to take for you to bastardize your own song? Do you think?
Enough for me to pay for teenagers, so whatever that is.
Now, do you have any say in that, or does the publishing company say, "Hey, we're selling it"?
No, I own my publishing.
Oh, so you're okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
Because didn't the Beatles get?
Yeah,
some of their stuff got kind of.
It's nice to be where I'm at, especially on the one big one. I mean,
that's great.
Yeah, so it's fine. But I'm open. Call me.
Well, speaking of tans, this is a bizarre story that I had never heard of this.
Me either, and I thought I was up on most beauty products. But Find it. Hold on.
This involves not a topical lotion when it comes to sun tanning, but go ahead, Christy.
Authorities in the UK have issued a warning about so-called nasal tanning sprays. According to the BBC, nasal tanners are sprayed into your nostrils, of course, and are claiming to work by delivering a substance known as melatonin 2, a chemical that darkens skin pigmentation. Authorities are warning the public, though, that these products could cause nausea, vomiting, and high blood pressure. Some health experts say it could, if you used in the wrong way, it could cause prolonged erections.
Now, see, that's where this is what really, they showed a woman in the hospital all bloated and having trouble breathing.
Did she have a nice tan, though?
You couldn't tell. She was in the hospital. But then the side effect of prolonged erections.
Yeah, melatonin 2, a synthetic version of a hormone that stimulates melogenesis to facilitate tanning, but it can cause dramatic skin darkening, but also suppresses appetite and increased sexual arousal.
They call me melogenesis.
Oh, yeah.
Quite right.
I would think if they could come up with a thing that suppresses appetite and increases your ability to have erections, I think that's a win-win.
And you get a tan out of the deal. Every person in the world.
I can see why people are buying this, but this isn't even legal in the States, I gather.
Yeah, this is in the UK.
And it sounds like snake oil immediately.
I thought melatonin puts you to sleep.
Well, this is called
melatonin 2, right?
Well, this is a different word. It's kind of
melanotin 2.
It's called melanotan.
Oh, that's right.
Melanotan. So it's a takeoff on
melatonin.
Melatonin. It does sound like snake oil.
Isn't that melanin's what?
Melanin does the tanning and melatonin puts you to sleep?
I think.
Is that how it works? Yeah, they're very close.
And I think there's nothing sexier. I love tan lines and the nasal passages. That's Josh, yes or no, tan lines?
No, I'm against. You guys know this.
Let's see. Let's go around the horn here. Chick McGee, tan lines?
I love tan lines, yeah. I hate for them.
Why do you hate them?
I just think they're gauche.
Really?
Is that right?
So you like a woman who you like a woman who has shared her breasts with the world?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just don't like tan lines. I want everything.
You don't find them super hot? Like this is something only I get to see?
No, it's either be pale or be tan.
Interesting. Wrong, but interesting.
No, it isn't.
Edwin, your thoughts on this?
Dong, 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 dong.
He likes a thong.
Yes. Toast those buns.
Oh, you even have a phrase in your mind already, huh?
That's right.
You've given this a lot of thought.
He likes the buns toasted.
Yes.
And buttered up, I'm guessing.
I don't mind a buttered bun.
No.
Have you ever been asked to apply sunscreen and or tanning lotion on a beach with someone you're trying to you're dating?
Not that I was dating, no. But
total stranger.
Girls I remember doing it for the girls in show choir. If we had a pool.
Did you do wacky jokes like I call this copper bone?
I didn't do that.
Copper bone.
Show choir, you were the guy who put the lotion.
No, there were so many girls and guys that we all got a chance, pretty much.
Now let's ask her. No, Edwin, were you an athlete in high school, or were you in the show choir, or both?
I was a habitual pine rider for football and basketball, and I was always on academic probation by the time spring came around. So that was when I was playing my gigs in my band.
But were you in the chorus, or the choir for the high school?
Yes, I sang in the barbershop quartet at our school.
Oh.
We had a barbershop quartet called the Cavil Tones.
I understand.
What does that mean?
The tone part.
We were the school. We were the Cavaliers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We had the Cavil Tones. And every time I bring this up, my 15-year-old daughter cringes to death. Like she leaves the house in embarrassment. And the fact that I'm talking about this on the radio right now is spectacular.
Perhaps we can come back with one of their tunes. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Slide guitar. I wrote a song a long time ago called "The Lifelong Tiger Fan Blues." I know the Cubs have issues, but the Tigers have had for a long time. And I wrote it when we were like 0 for 19 years, and then we got good in 2006. But then this particular season, 2010 here, we were great, and then we went off the cliff. So I rewrote it about a week ago.
I've been a baseball fan since I was a little boy. I had a bedroom full of little baseball toys, batting a ball and a Wilson glove. Yeah, me and the national pastime, we was oh so in love. Every opening day, I still get that itch. I can hardly wait for that very first pitch. All my hopes and dreams all in place. I get visions of my Tigers in a pennant race. Win or lose, I got a lifelong Tiger fan blues. 2006, we made it all the way to the fabled Fall Classic, only get a St. Louis whooping and our Detroit ass kicked. 2009, we was tied with the Twins. We had to go to Minnesota to lose it again. And 2010 started off with a bang. We was leading the league in everything. Hang on.
It's for you.
Oh, but come the All-Star break, our season's done. Our goose is cooked, oh, they're setting our sun. Win or lose, get a lifelong Tiger fan blues. Bring back K-Line, bring back Cash, bring back Greenberg, and all them homers he'd smash. Mickey Cochran, Schoolboy Rowe, Ty Cobb, and Rocky Colavito. Win or lose, got a lifelong Tiger fan blues. And this is the rewrite. First Samaya broke his arm, then Inge broke his hand while Mags was breaking his foot. Guillen was pulling his ham. Half of our roster was MIA. Now half of Toledo's been called up to play. I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in signs. And waiting on your destiny's a waste of time. But how the hell else can we possibly explain Armando Galarraga's imperfect game? Win or lose, I got a lifelong Tiger fan blues. Life ain't fair, nice guys finish last. You can't have a future if you don't have a past. Yet still I hope, still I pray. Another World Series gonna come my way. But folks, mark my words and learn this lesson. Cut your losses and count your blessings. Or just like me, you're gonna end up crying while spending Sunday afternoons with the Detroit Lions. I got a lifelong Tiger fan blues.
That's great.
Oh, there's some frustration there.
Jeff Daniels.
The imperfect game.
People, here's what people don't understand
go
about
on.
the Bob and Tom Show. I get to be the official greeter of our guests.
Great.
And I believe
Right.
we do have a guest waiting in the green room.
Sure.
And I would like to greet officially our guest,
Well, it's Jim Gaffigan.
Hi, how are
Jim
you, Christy
Gaffigan.
Lee?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so nice
It is
to
great
see
to be
you.
here.
Not set up or anything.
You know
Wow, are you
that-
on you got your own reality show?
I do. It's called Nobody Really Cares What Christy Lee Does Behind the Scenes, but we're going to show it to him anyway. Thank you, Jim. It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's move. Let's show people what you eat back here, Christy.
Oh, well, my favorite thing is right over here. This is called chocolate-covered raisins, or I call Nirvana.
Sure. Have a.
And you know what's great is the way that's set up is like there's tons of hands going in there.
Yes.
And so hands are usually covered with feces. So.
He's absolutely right.
So now you're going to ruin my favorite
Enjoy.
snack in the green room?
The treat.
Well,
There used to be soup here in the morning. What happened to the soup? There used to be different things.
He
Or does it
retired.
come at like 9 or
He
something?
retired. So now we have to eat things that look like feces. So that's it.
Or is it kind of...
Another $1,000 winner like Jim Hoover of Peru, Indiana, or Phil Reel of Noblesville.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hi, Chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Ace Cosby's here. Hey, I'm Chick McGee, and hello, Tom, with our special guest.
Testing. Hello. Oh, sorry. Our guest in the studio is Edwin McCain, singer, songwriter. And we were just discussing this odd story out of the UK, a nasal tanning spray that they're warning people about. Apparently, it's not necessarily safe, but it causes, among other things, prolonged erections in men.
Well, the darker your skin, the bigger your penis. That tracks.
Oh, I hadn't thought
That's
of
certainly
that.
another way of saying it. I think we all agree.
I think it goes without saying.
This is fascinating to me that apparently this actually does darken. It does give you a tan somehow.
Who trusts this stuff?
Oh,
Yeah,
they're saying not to use it, but what else is done nasally? I know obviously Narcan, and are there any other things that they do besides nasal spray? Is that a good way to administer medicine?
I think cocaine.
No, I went to rehab over one of them. So yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Same here.
you're coking it up.
Hey, look our side of the table.
The Koch brothers.
Oh, you're famous. I've heard of you guys.
They're very rich.
They're very rich.
Did they let you have your guitar when you were in rehab?
They did, actually.
You write any good songs?
And no, but they also let us have a ping pong table because one of my roommates had done so many opiates that he had done some brain damage, and I convinced the director of the rehab that we needed a ping pong table to keep him sharp.
Nice.
Oh,
You any good?
did it work?
Yeah, it worked great. And then they made us give it back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I had a great time. I'm going back one day. I enjoyed every day, every minute.
How long has it been?
16 years?
Good for you.
Yeah, it's been good.
Good for you.
It's the best thing I ever did. So if you're thinking about it, if you're out there thinking about it, go ahead and do it. It's fantastic.
Now, we're going to get back to the news desk, the Silac Insurance News Desk with Christy Lee. What else is
Well,
happening?
this guy probably didn't need nasal tanning spray because he's become a viral sensation while sailing from Oregon to Hawaii with his cat. Oliver Widger was diagnosed with a condition that carried the risk of paralysis and made him realize he hated his job as a manager at a tire company. So he quit his job with no real plan other than to sail around the world.
So I went insane and I took my cat.
Mr. Widger liquidated his retirement savings, taught himself to sail through YouTube, refitted a boat that's set for Hawaii with his cat Phoenix.
So you're telling us he's he's going to die.
And took the internet along for the ride. He now has millions of followers tuning in to his Sailing with Phoenix posts that show the ups and downs of his journey. Has he made it? I have not watched from
There is
Oregon.
cool video of him and the cat.
Is there a cool video?
Does the cat, I mean, this is a stupid, how much, does he have a lot of kitty litter on board?
Well, you can teach a cat to go over the side.
What?
Yeah, of course. You can teach a cat to use the toilet.
What if does he
What
worry?
would happen if the cat goes on deck, you beat it, and then when he goes off the side, you pet him.
Does the cat go on deck, or is he
The
strictly?
video I saw, he was sitting in his back to the water, and the cat was walking behind him.
I don't think he's worried about where his cat goes to the bathroom.
Well, no.
Even if it goes to the deck, you just throw it
Yeah,
overboard.
well, throw it overboard.
What about the cabin?
What about the cabin?
You don't want it full of cat turds.
I guess it probably isn't.
Or
I just
cat
picture
pee.
a bunch of dogs swimming behind the boat eating the cat turds.
What would you do if you had your dog on a boat? Yeah, it would crap, and then you'd pick it up and throw it out into the water.
Yeah, overboard.
Does the kitty have a little life jacket?
Does the what?
The kitty.
The cat is probably better in the water than a person.
But if you're in the middle of the ocean on your way to Hawaii in the Pacific, what are you going to do? Jump out and get him? In a sailboat?
I guarantee you, he throws that cat overboard, the cat will be on shore waiting for him in Hawaii.
Or we'll be back on that boat faster than the person would.
Or
be.
maybe it's one of those big pool nets and he just scoops them up.
They do make life jackets for dogs.
Yeah, they're great.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
You know, they don't make them for cats.
Well, yeah, your average cat, I don't think, wants to swim.
Because no one cares if a cat.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I see.
Write that down. That was Chick. Thank you very much.
And this guy, it says he learned to sail by watching YouTube videos.
Yep.
Cue the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of sailing.
Maybe that's just how easy sailing is.
No, it's not easy
Well,
at all.
apparently it is. The man learned on YouTube.
Yeah, you push a button that says go.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of sailing, did you see this thing?
We
don't know. You haven't told us what it is.
I don't want to do this story, but I think it's.
I can't wait to hear it now.
Sounds like
a
another
Mexican sailing ship. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's fine. Only 2 people died.
You know what? No,
Oh my gosh.
we had some people would say argument about this about 5 hours ago.
Did you really?
Yeah. Go ahead though.
Yeah.
lost.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Oscar and I had the same argument. So
Give it a
that's why I
shot.
had it at the bottom of the pile.
When I saw it happen, I went, oh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What is the old saying? There's nothing funny down that road?
Well, there might be.
Mexican-
Let's find out.
Okay. A Mexican Navy sailing ship struck the Brooklyn Bridge in New York on Saturday. Several crew members were injured when 3 of the ship's masts snapped after hitting the bridge. They fell to the deck. They were on the top of the mast.
Oh, yeah.
So this is one of those gigantic sailboats.
Right. I thought
Looks like an old pirate ship.
It does look like an old pirate ship. I thought it was
Isn't there a sign on the Brooklyn Bridge
tourist
saying
attraction.
How high it is?
117 feet or whatever the hell?
It malfunctioned,
Cause of the
according to the...
Yeah, the cause of the collision is still under investigation. The Mexican Navy said the ship, and
Well, that's a joke in and of itself, isn't it?
I don't know how to say
Mexican
the name.
Navy sounds like a Ralph Lauren color on the website. Oh, now available in Mexican Navy.
It was an academy training vessel. A total of 22 people injured. 19 needed medical treatment. The ship had just left a Manhattan pier and was supposed to have been heading out to sea, not toward the bridge, and it's unclear what caused the ship.
So it was going the
to veer
wrong
off
way.
course. Yes.
It was also going the wrong way? Because the
Yes.
captain claimed, hey, the equipment malfunctioned and we couldn't control it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going the wrong direction.
You're going the wrong way. How does he know where we're going?
Yeah, you're right. How does he know?
I mean, it's a magnificent vessel. It's just
a beautiful
shame
vessel.
that it hit the bridge. And they closed the bridge for a while, as you mentioned. So everything's okay now, except for the 2 guys that are dead.
Except for the 2 guys that were dead, is what he just said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He kind
under
of
his
swallowed it.
breath.
If you're going to say it, say it.
Yeah.
He mumbled
You
it.
coward.
I'd like to offer an apology right now.
I have a question. When cats swim, is that called the dog paddle? Get back to me on that.
All right. What about when Mexicans swim? What is that called? Apparently a couple were doing that when this boat hit the bridge.
I don't want to laugh right now.
Hit the deck.
What do you think we are, Baltimore?
Yeah, see?
Well, that was my fault
Making
also.
light of one tragedy with the worst tragedy.
Right.
Well, if you go by the numbers.
You know, we have company, right?
Look who's sitting here with his eyes wide open.
You'll notice he's not saying anything.
Bob and Tom email inbox is extra full.
Extra full.
What's coming up, Christy?
Not that story. Coming up, we have Starbucks in the news. We have McDonald's in the news. Flying ducks in the news.
Flying ducks?
Flying ducks.
Who heard of such a thing?
This one was caught in a speed trap.
If it was flying chimpanzees, that would be cool.
We have chimpanzees in the news, too.
Okay. All right,
doing
good.
first aid.
Good. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's all about the fact that more than 25% of Americans in a recent survey said they were afraid to get counseling because of they were the fear of being judged. It's that simple, and that's why there's a whole movement out there to break the stigma in the world of mental health and counseling, and that's where BetterHelp comes in. It's all about matching you up with a therapist. BetterHelp, more than 10 years now. It's been up and running with more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. And the key to this is BetterHelp is done online, fully online. You can do it like a Zoom call or like a phone call or even texting back and forth. More than 5 million people have been using BetterHelp. You could be one of them. And by the way, I mentioned this, if you want to switch therapists anytime, there's no additional fee involved. So we can all get better with help, and you can visit BetterHelp.com and find out more information. If you visit BetterHelp.com/BT Show, it'll knock 10% off the fees for your first month. Once again, it's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Coming up, chimps, dogs, McDonald's, and deadly cliffs all on the way. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly smooth. Not smooth.
People were taking the chicken from Chick-fil-A and putting it on Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Wait a minute.
Josh, what do you think?
Josh is leaving right now.
Josh is leaving.
Okay, let's go.
Come on.
All right. Is that the biscuits? Greatest day of my life.
Greatness isn't given. It's earned. It starts from the ground up with every step, every move, every moment. Because when the game is on the line, you need the best. The new Sport Athletic Performance insole from Orange Insoles. Stability, support, dominance. Orange Insoles, because greatness starts from the ground up, even when you're sitting down.
Comedian.
Tim Allen is here.
He goes, oftentimes, you hear this a lot. Yeah, oftentimes the technology they learn here at the race is translated into your family car. Uh-huh. I went, yeah, right. This year, the Chevy's offered the Indy Celebrity, a 900 horsepower celebrity wagon. So I'm like, gosh, George, this thing's really got some pickup, doesn't it? I got the kids to school in about 6 seconds. We're having lapping practice next week with all the other girls' PTA. She's running the Offie. I'm doing the Buick. And Betty's got the Chevy High-Tech. I pulled the trailer right out from under the boat, George. This baby's got some guts to it. Love Sears. Do you? It's the Craftsman tool department makes my nipples rock hard. She always figured we should grunt like pigs. The little primate you are. Don't speak to your mother. You grunt like the pigs you are. Ever try to take a steak away from your husband? Here, honey. We're trying to grab meat from a man while we're just like dogs. I like going through the house rewiring stuff. That's my favorite thing. One of those big tool belts. Yeah. 2 cordless Makita drills hanging low. But you gotta know how to wear it, otherwise your butt crack shows. You ever notice that? Hey, what is that? A pencil hole over there, Bob? I'm gonna hike that up. I got some spackle. I'll figure out that butt crack. I got some DAP butt crack filler putty back here. We'll just fill that crack right in there, Bob. I got kids eating food in this kitchen. Get out of here. Go to Miter Me a Dovetail out there or something, Bob. I just cruise around my house like Bob Vila, with a bad headache. Just looking for stuff. I noticed Grandma's Easy Lift chair isn't moving quite as quick as I'd like it to. So I popped down the hardware store, pick up a compressor, some hose, some coax cable. I wire that sucker up. I forget Grandma lost some weight in the years I look at it. Got the 140 pounds a little too high, isn't it, Grandma? Shot that bitch halfway across the kitchen there. Doilies following her. Sorry, Grandma. I'll dial that baby down as soon as I rewire Grandpa's hearing aid. I got a preamp on that son of a bitch.
Comedian Tim Allen. Oh, God.
Now that's manly. Presiding over a symbolic condom roast in his Catholic church's parking lot in Waterbury, Connecticut. Yes.
I love those.
The Reverend Joseph Looney protested.
Mesquite condom roast. Very tasty.
I'd like that blackened, please. It makes it look bigger.
And they look so good at a shish kebab, too. A little pepper, a little bell pepper, condom, tomato.
What's the name of this reverend?
Oh, Reverend Joseph Looney. I'm not kidding.
Unbelievable. I'm Casey Kasem. Here's American Top.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Christy Lee's here.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This has been Chick McGee speaking. Here's Tom, and we have our special guest in the studio.
Thank you very much. He is Edwin McCain. He is a very fine singer and songwriter.
Tom, we just had the story about the Mexican Navy boat who ran into the Brooklyn Bridge.
It sounds like a joke.
It does, yeah. It wasn't the only tragic thing to happen to an international Navy over the weekend.
What was that?
The Polish Navy sunk 4 tanks.
They were just trying to get out onto the water.
Yeah, we hope everything goes okay.
Thank you. Very, very good. We have
really something.
We have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
A newly opened.
Save me, Christy.
A newly opened.
Christy, let's just say you're a duck.
A duck?
Yeah, you're a duck.
All right,
I'm going to the duck story, not the China story. Go ahead.
No, we have a duck story.
The Chinese duck. Peking duck?
No, I was in.
How do you get down from a duck, Christy?
I don't know how.
You don't. You get down from a goose. Come on, keep up.
This weekend, I was rode my bike into town, and there's a whole bunch of ducks. Yeah.
Were you
what town? Rode my bike into town. What are you, James Stewart?
As if you're not causing enough trouble being behind the wheel, you menace. Now you're out there on a bicycle causing God knows how
There's a trail that goes down to this village, and it's full of ducks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I love ducks. I hate geese.
Okay.
All right.
Perfectly reasonable.
Bobcat owns
that a euphemism?
a duck. He loves his.
I love ducks. But I have a question.
But
Are they mallards?
They
Go on.
poop. They poop anywhere. You know. They can't control.
Yeah,
it.
but the geese really poop everywhere, and they've ruined one of the bike trails. The larger point here.
Oh my gosh.
This is worth listening to, Josh.
No.
If you're walking with your fellow ducks,
If you're walking with your fellow
Josh is
ducks.
convincing me I should listen.
hear me out. You're walking with your fellow ducks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a low bridge ahead.
Yeah.
Do you say duck?
Oh,
my
jeez. I thought you said this is what I was listening to.
This is what we waited
My God, this is.
It would be
supposed to
very confusing if I'm
there
walking
should
with
be some
if
hint of entertainment at some
if I'm
point
walking with you
somewhere.
if I'm walking with you and I see a low bridge, do I go human? And then you smash your head.
Was he this bad at dinner last night?
I feel like right now I should defend your parking because I witnessed a parking situation yesterday at his house at his own house that he regularly parks in.
Oh yeah.
There was 3 tries to get it into the garage door and was still like it was almost like he parallel parked into his own.
I'm sure his girlfriend said, so long as it's not in the living room again.
Well, actually, I did an even worse job with her car. I took it out to gas it up, and she came running into my office going, "What did you do to my car?"
What did you do?
I backed it in at an angle, kind of, sort of.
Did you scratch it?
No. It was just a little awkward.
My favorite parking at your house was your old house. Would you care to go over that one? You know, you pulled in, you ran in to get something real quick, and then you came out and backed up and ran into another car.
Yeah, that's right.
So when you back up, you don't look behind you?
How long you were in there for just 2 minutes, remember?
Yeah, how was I didn't know anyone was going to be pulling in behind me.
So how do you not see it when you're getting in your car behind you?
You don't have to wait. You wave and you hear it when your car smashes into it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were a duck, would you say to the other duck, I'm an idiot?
And you didn't want to hear about ducks. We have a duck story for you.
Radar image of a speed offender caught in central Switzerland last month has revealed that the culprit was not only a duck, but probably a repeat offender. Police in the town of Kunis near Bern were astounded when they went through the radar images snapped on April 13th.
We could have said Christyville.
Koniz with the little funny thing over the O.
Umlaut?
Whatever.
Conas?
No.
Hey, try Conas. How that works for you.
Snapped on April 13th, discover a mallard among those caught in the speed trap. The duck was caught going 32 and an 18. It turned out that a similar-looking duck was captured flying in the same spot at exactly the same speed on exactly the same date 7 years earlier.
Similar looking. Well, this is just profiling now.
It's not like all ducks look alike.
That's the
Wait
same
a
duck.
minute.
How long do
Hey, isn't that the
ducks
same duck
live?
from 7 years ago? No, Sven.
It's Switzerland, not Sweden.
Oh, okay. That's the problem here.
They didn't catch it, by the way.
I didn't know they had ducks in Sweden, and I'm being serious.
It's Switzerland.
Whatever.
They didn't catch it. It was a Swiss miss.
A Swiss miss.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Then you
okay.
have the nerve to say, oh, thank you.
It's not even a joke.
So when you're walking along with a duck and you get to a low bridge,
do you say
human? As well.
Duck.
Oh, boy.
U.S. Customs agents apprehended a man attempting to smuggle several parrots in his boots.
In his boots.
Boots.
The
Well, they're
51-year-old.
dead.
See, now, putting them down your pants seems reasonable now, right?
The 51-year-old was entering the United States at the Otay Mesa port of entry.
Otay.
How do they spell that?
O-T-A-Y.
Otay it is.
It's in a Beach Boys song, I think.
When he was asked to exit his SUV and a CBP officer noticed something unusual, clothing bulges around the driver's ankle.
Not to mention the voice. Polly want a green card.
While giving the man a pat down, the officer discovered 6 undeclared live parrots concealed within the driver's boots. The birds were quarantined while the driver was detained.
Do parrots ever have accents?
Smuggling.
You know what I mean? If you have a British parrot, does it talk with a little bit of an accent?
Sure. Say, Polly,
I would think.
Polly would like a cracker.
Absolutely.
Hello.
They found 6 additional parrots inside the vehicle as well.
I mean, here's a pro tip. Don't smuggle critters that can talk.
Yeah, that's for sure.
As a general rule.
Well,
Why not?
Go ahead.
No.
No. What is it?
Yes, there's zero comment. It's rare that I censor myself, so you know it's completely unairable.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of something, Pat. We could have done a song.
What's that?
Oh, you could do a song.
This guy has parrots in his boots. Is that correct? These boots were made for squawking.
Yeah!
You know what?
And that's just what they'll do.
I missed an opportunity.
I wish I'd thought of that 4 hours ago.
I don't know whether Edwin's slightly amused or just entirely disgusted.
He figures if he doesn't say anything, no one will know he was in here.
For poor Edwin, this is day 2 of Tom.
No,
Oh, that's right. They had
And
dinner.
you got to see him in the wild. See, we don't ever get to.
Oh,
we've
yeah,
never
that's
been
a
to his
treat.
house.
It was-
None of us.
Really?
I have.
No.
I have.
Well, okay.
Radio's been good to Tom.
I know.
Yeah, that's a.
So no, I was just wondering if any of those parrots were named like Escobar, or, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, there you go.
Come on, Pablo.
A friend had a parrot that learned to mimic the dogs.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm.
The dogs would leave the room and the parrot would start barking and the dogs would run in looking around. For years this happened. That just shows you how dumb the dogs are. But they can make all kinds of sounds. Your question is a valid one, Josh.
You never hear about that.
I'm sure that they do.
Yeah.
They have an accent. They obviously could speak foreign languages.
So could these parrots like roll their R's in Spanish?
Probably.
Hurrah.
How would that go?
Polly want a cracker.
Yes.
There you go.
A new poll out there reveals just how far some dog owners would go for their dogs.
Would they make love to them? I'm asking.
According to a survey of
Would they make love to them?
1,900 U.S. dog owners commissioned by Spot and Tango.
How many
I don't
made
know
love?
who Spot and Tango are, but they have a lot of fans.
I know Tango and Cash.
I think Spot and Tango's a
1 in 7 would dump their partner to save their dog.
pet advertising. How much?
1 in 7.
I think that's way low.
50% said their dog's health is just as important as their own.
All right.
While another 40% said their dog's health is even more important.
More important.
I believe that.
I don't have any money for my cancer meds. I have to take care of my dog.
I bet that's happened.
Or how, in your case, your cat.
No. I'm still number 1, baby.
Is that right?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So your cat needs a heart valve. You're not going to give it to her.
If it comes between me spending money on my heart valve or the cat's, it's me.
Now, do you go over to your cats every morning and go, "Hey, I'm number 1, pal"?
They
You do
laugh
that?
and they laugh. They know. They know.
Yeah.
better.
You realize that.
How high are you going with the cat if it has to have an operation? $1,000, $2,000? Where's the cutoff?
I don't know, but whatever the number is, the people in charge know, and they know
Yeah,
what
they
to charge.
do.
I don't know
your limit.
I don't know how they know, but they know.
When we were kids, I guess, I don't know, maybe even when I was a younger adult with an animal, it didn't cost as much as it does now. It's like crazy expensive.
Well,
I remember laughing at pet health care insurance.
So did I.
Get it.
Doesn't that number go down, though, as the pet gets older?
No.
Like, I'm willing to spend...
No.
Yes, it does.
It gets up. It's more
Oh, no.
expensive.
No,
You mean in your head in
I'm
terms
willing
of.
to spend $5,000 now. If my cat's 6 years older, I'm maybe
I see what you're saying.
$2,000.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a survey of cats. 7 out of 7 cats said they would let their owners die.
And 6 out of 7 had no idea who their owners were.
Half of the respondents said they would clone their dog if it was possible.
No. Boo.
No?
Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, she sure
She's a
did.
nut.
No, just get
told her
it. Dogs
no.
are great. You don't get a.
10% said there's no limit to what they would pay. So there you go.
Y'all are just negotiating wrong. When they do that to me at the vet, they go, well, it's going to be $1,700 to save your dog. I'm like, well, I guess we're going to the farm digging a hole. And you start to walk out slowly. I'm like, wait,
Hand on
sir,
the
we'll do
door.
it for 6.
That's the hand on the door negotiation.
Gotta go dig a hole.
If you're just joining us, hello. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios here in the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk. We have 2 gents with guitars. Another song from you today, Pat?
With a star like Edwin here?
Yes. You're a star.
Does he make you nervous?
Oh,
No, but
Pat's
I mean-
awesome. I'm singing on his album later.
Yeah, we're going to sing today.
Oh, really?
I hope you're charging the hell out of it.
God, I
Wait,
do
I'm
too.
supposed to make money doing this?
Oh, yes.
You're going to get a little something.
Is that right?
10 copies.
What song is he singing on? Maybe you could practice.
It's called "This Life Is Killing Me," and it's a surprise. We're gonna.
Oh, all right.
You'll hear it when we're done.
Okay.
All right.
Now, you were mentioning the fact that you have a song that you sing at weddings.
Yes.
It has been
curse.
It has been banned.
Mm-hmm. You want to hear that?
No, I just want you. The story is, I'm trying to remember. You're going to sing it for someone's wedding this Halloween. Is that correct?
Correct. Halloween night.
Somebody's getting married on Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
And every time you've done this song, the couples have gotten divorced. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And this is
like 100%, right? This song's never failed.
I've done it for at least maybe 30 people, relatives, friends, and they've all gotten divorced.
30 for 30 then.
Yeah, at least 30.
And these people are aware of your stats.
Yeah.
Okay.
They think it's funny. They want to break the curse.
All right.
And they're all there. She's a really cool person, Michelle. I talked to her over the weekend, and they're all getting dressed up in Halloween costumes. They're having a wacky wedding on Halloween night.
Cool.
And they want to have something like this because they want to break the curse because they say their love is so strong.
All right.
This is the second song I've ever written, and it's got a nice little pleasant melody, but lyrically it's a little naive.
Oh, just play a sample for our expert songwriter, Edwin McCain.
That means up. You're my golden inspiration.
Means nothing.
You're my hope, my navigation.
You're a Garmin.
You're a lighthouse when life turns stormy sea.
Big brick.
Watch
When
this.
life turns stormy sea.
Yeah, we got the analogy now.
Watch this, Edwin.
No. I got more of a problem with the tense there.
Yeah.
There must be a tense problem.
In a wave of confusion, just look for me.
Nautical puns, huh?
I thought she was the lighthouse. Who's the lighthouse here?
You is the singer.
He's the lighthouse.
You just said you're my lighthouse, right?
No, I'm your lighthouse, right?
She's your
I don't know.
Who's the lighthouse?
Ever watching, always guiding.
Always guiding.
Check my course, which way I'm riding.
What are you riding? You got a boat?
Oh, the horse trail.
Could I do the song at least? Your lighthouse.
So you got the horse up on deck? Is that what I'm hearing?
Mexican Navy.
Yeah. I think it must be.
I'm being heckled by Edwin now.
Sorry.
Life's turning stormy sea.
So she's your lighthouse.
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
Wish I were falling off a ladder.
A big
I
one.
wish the lighthouse was on fire.
In a wave of confusion, just look for, hold the note, me, oh, you're my lighthouse.
I wish I was on a lighthouse with Willem Dafoe trying to kill me. That's what I wish.
Okay, so I'm confused. If you're confused, look for me. You're the lighthouse now? I don't know.
He always was the lighthouse.
Shut up, Christy Lee. Don't listen to the words, just listen to the music in me. Yeah. The lyrics don't mean anything when you're 22.
Try singing I'll Be at some point.
I got some music in me.
Your lighthouse.
Your lighthouse when it showers. I'll be your lighthouse when it's night.
You'll be hearing from my attorney.
You're not going to sue you. He's just going to say, it was so embarrassing. Please stop doing it.
As a fellow songwriter, you must be silent. That's what the suit's going to be.
That's my second song.
Now, Edwin, how many times have you been asked to do one of your songs for a wedding?
A lot.
Have you done it? Have you done it a lot?
I've sung my songs at weddings. In fact, I've sung multiple weddings for the same person.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but after like the second, after the second marriage, then I'm out of songs and I have to learn other people's songs, and it's like, you
could always do Lighthouse,
right? I will. I'm going to start adding Lighthouse, and I'll put a stop to this wedding nonsense.
Isn't All Be possibly one of the biggest wedding songs of all time? It's sung a lot, right?
It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. I know the Filipinos call it their second national anthem.
No kidding.
Because of karaoke.
Oh, wow.
We went over there and played to like 20,000 seats in an arena, and you'd think that would be awesome, except for that's really the only song they like. Oh. So it's an awkward hour and 15 minutes till we get there,
Who was it? Was it John Anderson that came out, opened with "We Were Swinging," then sang it halfway through the set, and then sang it again at the end?
Yeah,
sounds right.
Yeah, you could do that.
I should have just played it 10 times in a row and had a different Filipino come and sing with me.
Is it
a nation full of singers? Have you known that? They're the best singers on
There was
earth.
a Filipino cover band that I would go see when I lived in Korea.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. The entire country can sing.
Yeah, on cruise ships, the Filipinos are all the musicians. They're
Are you
the great,
serious?
and they're all great.
Well, look at the guy in Journey.
Yeah.
Arnel Pineda.
Has any of your songs ever been recorded in a foreign language?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably. Surely.
And do they have to get your permission to translate it, or do you just?
There's a gray area once you get over to, China and Asia. All you don't know what's going on over there musically because they can never track sales there or anything. It's sort of
they'll
like
steal IP.
It's a lot. So I assume there's probably somebody over there crushing it with my songs.
We'll be invading your hospital. Okay. Very unpleasant. So, what cover songs do you like to play? Are you playing any in your live sets these days?
Yeah, we play some. I play some Seal covers and Peter Gabriel and Maggie May. We do Rod Stewart.
Oh yeah,
and we've done a few covers over the years. Like we did a gig in L.A. a couple weeks ago and covered a bunch of stuff like the Eagles and Huey Lewis. Huey's son came and sat in with us and.
Louis?
Yeah, we had a
Louis Lewis?
Louis Lewis, yeah.
We had a lot.
Did he sing Louis Louis?
We had a lot going on.
Huey and Louis.
Huey Lewis is a nice enough and smart enough guy. I doubt if he named his son Louis Lewis.
No, Louis and Dewey, the twins.
Okay. Perhaps when we come back, we could find out about your adventures in The Masked Singer.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that was great.
When we come back, right now, I want to tell you about Java House. Java House, the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show, the official tea, the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show come to us from Java House. It's famous for this phrase, well, two of them really, peel and pour, and then amazingly smooth. Java House is about getting rid of the Keurig, and you just peel this top off this little guy. You pour it in your cup and add either hot water, cold water, ice, whatever you want to do. And voila, your drink is ready. And it's not just coffee and tea. There are also hydration drinks, energy drinks, lattes, et cetera, et cetera. We're doing a special broadcast brought to you by Java House coming up this Friday. Look for that Java House car in the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. While I'm at it, I'll remind you of that. Also, thanks to Office H2O for this cool new water system we have. At the touch of a button, we have both fizzy water, regular water, and hot water. Makes it easy to use these great pods from Java House. So break up with your brewer. Get started with Java House by going to javahouse.com. Use the promo code Bob and Tom, one big long word, and get 25% knocked off your order. That's javahouse.com. See what I'm talking about. And I always have to say this, among other things, they have a great hot chocolate, and Josh can attest to that, and I can too. Great beverages from Java House. Once again, it's javahouse.com. That promo code is Bob and Tom. Java House, the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show and the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. When we come back, we'll talk with Edwin McCain about being on The Masked Singer. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Brett Michaels is our guest, and can we talk music for just a second?
Sure.
You got a lot of TV stuff going on, of course, but this all started for you as a musician.
Right.
And let's go way, way back. Very first band that actually had a gig that you were in.
That was Laser. And let me explain the ridiculousness of the comedy of errors that is my life. We decided we wanted the AC/DC Lightning Bolt / Kiss Z. It was like an S. So we were Laser, Lazer. Right. Then we had no money for a backdrop like Kiss had, right? So we decided we took one of the old school, I'm going way back, old school bed sheets. You remember they used to make those 3D looking bedspreads that have like a tiger so we had the band Laser with a tiger backdrop. That was our backdrop. And then we went to Chess King,
where we bought.
Love
those-
it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Chess King, are they even still around anymore?
Now wait, I'm going back a few
I know
years
you are.
now. I got our members only jackets, and we stopped into Chess King at the Capital City Mall, and they only had 3 of the 4 aluminum foil looking members only chromish jackets, and 3 of the 4 members had to walk around with it, and the other member, the drummer, was left out, and then we would change off the jackets. And we had our first gig in Marlin, or my friend Marlin at Jan's basement, charged 25 cents, and about 6 of the neighborhood kids came down, and we played a couple Kiss songs, and then what we didn't know, we just put the record on. And played along. We played along. Like, we don't know all of this song. We had the beginning of Rock and Roll All Night, and we referenced the album after that.
Look at that.
Great.
Laser.
And may I ask what particular hair configuration was happening for you at that point?
It was, again, a combination of awful. We hadn't gotten that far.
A combination of awful and what?
We hadn't gotten
the other part.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. I know that a little bit.
Uh-oh, we have a phone call.
Hold on. Bob and Tom show.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Bike.
Hey, Donnie.
Hang on one second, Donnie. We got a special guest in the studio.
Hey, is Brett there?
He's here.
He's
Brett's here,
There you go.
Hey, Donnie.
Thought you would aim poison, just like Journey with that Puerto Rican from Mexico. I'll say it right to Neil.
That's right.
Christy, could you make it any more obvious?
What?
We was just talking at work making fun of you.
What?
What are you talking about?
Is that Hurricane Earl in your panties? Or you just happy to see him today?
Thanks, Donnie.
All right, thanks, Donnie. Oh, yeah.
Thanks very much.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
You're listening to World Champion Radio with Judah Friedlander, the world champion. Next caller, you're on.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. Is this Judith?
Yeah, I just said it's Judah, the world champion. What's up, Donnie?
I'm a big fan of yours. I've read your book. I still got your posters. Hey, I just want basically your blessing or certification. You probably know, I've called you before, my progress in the martial arts, the fact remains I'm ready to be a world champion. Now, I've had, 2 off-duty reserve cops say I've got the goods, but since I've been on probation, Judith, I basically struggled getting certified, and I wanted basically your blessing. And you're not my official sensei, but the fact remains, I basically think
I've got to interrupt you first. Donnie, I've got to interrupt you for a second. I can tell you're already a little scared talking to me by the speed of your voice, okay? If you want to get better at karate, you're going to have to get better vocal tone, okay? The voice that you're using right now and the speed at which you're talking is telling me that you're scared.
Well, I understand that. That's because I
see you're stuttering now. You're stuttering now.
Verbs good. Listen, the fact remains, I can scissor kick a hornet's nest now and destroy the whole colony without hurting the queen. I mean,
well, that's good. I mean, my book taught you that, so that's good. I mean, you've obviously studied my book, and that's a good start.
And I know I'm basically. And you don't know this, and I've not told you this before, and I don't want your sympathy, and I'm not a cripple, but I have had Tommy John surgery on both knees, and
Okay, I'm sorry. I've actually never had surgery. I've never needed it, so I can't relate to your problem. No offense.
But no, I'm not offended. But see, I ain't lucky like you. Your name's Judah. You were born for this. If my name was Taekwondo Baker, I'd have the same luck. But you've kind of had a golden spoon in the martial arts. No offense, but Judah, Freelanders, duh. No wonder why you're so good at it. I mean, again, if I've studied switchblades. I've had to work my way up.
Yeah, well, see, that's one of your problems right there is you started your training using weapons. Okay, and if you want to be a really good fighter, you have to learn to fight without weapons. So I need you to get rid of all your weapons, all your switchblades, all your butter knives, okay, and start from the beginning. You got to use your body.
I'll take your advice, but see, this is hard. I mean, I've always been, you're talking.
Hey, I'm not saying it's easy. Becoming the world champ's not easy, Donnie. Okay.
I know, Jude. Well, listen, can I call you back when things get better?
yeah, I hope things do get better for you. How many sit-ups are you going to do today?
You know what? I'm on break now. We're not supposed to do any calisthenics or nothing like that on break.
How many push-ups are you going to do today?
Made me drop my shorts and turn a cough to check me for asthma, and my test results came back short. Listen, I'll call you back when I'm off break.
All right, that sounds good. I actually have to do some push-ups and sit-ups at the same time right now. So keep training, okay?
You're the best, man. Keep rocking. Stay tough. I got to go.
You know it. Okay, Donnie. Okay, that was Donnie, everybody. We wish him well. He's trying. He's read my book. I think he needs to reread it.
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com and check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
App, go to Q95 and click that red talkback button and tell us what's going on, and you might just win yourself something really cool from Miller Lite.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Hello, Tom.
Our guest in the studio is singer-songwriter Edwin McCain. And Edwin was recently featured on the television program. It was a surprise for your whole family, The Masked Singer. And can you give us the story?
Yeah, I got the call, and would you like to do The Masked Singer? Absolutely. Of course. Like, why would I pass up an opportunity to go get in a costume and sing on national television? Of course, I'll do that. What I didn't know is that it was going to be 10,000 degrees inside that costume. It was amazing.
And you were dressed as a giant.
I was the Loch Ness monster that had legs and could walk on land.
Oh.
But I have a newfound respect for professional sports
mascots.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was Foghorn Leghorn at 6'5". And it is work.
I say, boy. Yeah, it was, but the show it's a huge production. There's so many people, and it runs perfectly. I mean, they're so professional. Everybody, and I sort of, I was like, man, I can't even get 8 guys to a bar on time and play a gig. You know, I was feeling very inadequate about halfway through the production because everything worked flawlessly and everybody was so great. It was a lot of fun.
And top secret though, no one knows.
Yeah, you got to wear a visor, a hoodie, gloves, a balaclava. Like we were sequestered in. Like they brought us in separately, and everybody had to stay separate. Nobody knew who anybody was, and I had to sign NDAs. And
wow,
and yeah, it was, and there was a pretty big financial penalty. Like you can't tell anybody anything. So, it was the best secret I've ever kept in my whole life.
So your family didn't know where you were?
I had to tell my wife and my daughter. My sons don't know that I'm alive now, so it's,
right. Yeah, good point. Now, did you get to pick the songs you were going to sing?
I picked the first one. I picked Roxanne, and then the rest of the time they picked songs for me. And well, I mean, I guess I could have picked songs, but my take was like the producers would suggest songs, and I'm thinking, well, it's probably best if I'm a team player here. And so whatever they would suggest, I would say, sure. And so I would just sing whatever they sent me.
Did they give you a choice of the costume?
No. I showed up and they said, this is going to be you. And I was like, great. All right. And so, yeah, it was fun. It was such a good time.
And would you be on the stage for a lengthy period of time or just long enough to do the song?
You know, there was like dress rehearsals, and there would be like takes, and you'd have to be standing there, but they would, and you couldn't take the head off or anything, so they would run up and put fans into the little mesh screen where I was to blow air in there. So yeah, it was
wow.
Then at one point there was a gnat in the head with me, and I was trying to hit it with my head. I was trying to like kill it.
But you're actually singing through the screen.
Yeah, so there's like a little screen where my face is, and it doesn't read on camera, and you have the microphone up to the screen. But it looked like the way it looked, because the head was way up here, and I'm singing into the neck. It looked like I was like one of those smokers with a voice box.
I'll be the biggest fan of your life.
I should have just used the headset, but I didn't think.
Did you have a teleprompter?
There was a teleprompter in the studio. Thank goodness. Yeah.
What gave it away that it was you, do you think?
I think Robin figured out when I was singing the Miles Kennedy song, or the Miles, whatever, the Stargazing song. I think that he figured out it was me then. But, it was such a...
And Nessie, the Scottish last name.
Yeah, and then all the other clues. There was like a B clue. So, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There was definitely...
So I've never seen the show.
I haven't either.
Yeah, they give clues then?
Yeah, they have whole clue packages, and they kind of nod towards who you are. And Robin, being an aficionado, he figured it out.
I watched your segment, and I had only seen the show one other time. Is there a prize at the end to be the last masked singer, or how does it?
Yeah, I mean, if you win the overall competition, there's like you get paid more, but I don't think they talk about that on the show.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
just
think
like
so
it's not like they roll out a car or anything. It's not like what we grew up with.
Yeah.
But if someone had enough money, you would go sing, say, "I'll be at their wedding" with the costume on, because hey,
they didn't let me have it. Wouldn't let me have it. But I will say this: I did make it very clear to all the producers that if they ever get to a point where they're getting rid of stuff in the warehouse, that I want that costume 100%.
Okay. Our guest is Edwin McCain. Look for him this summer in a number of places, including on tour with Train starting in August. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.